so it misses this, that kind of position stuff. You shouldn't have to go up and down at all. You should be able to just go back and forth. Move across, you want to probably not get too much of the crowd because then there's more ice. So did you start streaming already? Yeah, you did. You started the broadcast. Tell Kurt that I don't know if he's there yet or not, but we can go. We can go anytime. Crawford. He may or may not be down there yet. I told him we'd go on at 22. No, I don't think so. No, you're. Go ahead, ladies. Go ahead. Yeah, because you stopped. Test, test, test. Test, test. Test, test, test. Test, 1, 2. Test. Test, 1, 2. Shot and a goal. Shot, shot, test. Test. Test, test.
Test. Hello, are you there? Test, test, test.
Test, test. Kurt Kranz. Coach Kurt Kranz. You down? Kurt? Kurt up?
Hello.
Kurt, go ahead, Kurt.
Are you doing good? Can you hear me now? Test, test. 1, 2, 3, test.
Kurt goes down. I'm down. I'm down, I'm down.
I want to go up though.
We're good to go. We're going to start the broadcast as soon as Jenny says go.
All right. Are you going to ask me some difficult questions?
Yep. All the
right.
difficult questions.
I don't know my starting lineup. You got
That's
it?
right. Yep.
All right.
Just tell me when, Jenny. All right, I say welcome to the George Mace Ice Arena for the home opener for the girls and the boys. We are going to broadcast tonight 2 games back to back. We are going to broadcast the girls varsity at 6 o'clock and the boys varsity will start at 8. Huron is in town and they will be playing at the boys and girls level. Without further ado, so our coaches can get going, we have a coach's comment brought to you by Deutsch Excavating, and I have the Watertown Laker girls varsity coach, Kurt Kranz. Kurt, good to see you up here again.
Thank you. Yeah, it is good to be up here again. Back home, first home game.
Start of another year.
Start of another year.
How many years has it been, Kurt? Can you do the math?
I don't know. Way too many.
Kurt Kranz has been a long-time girls coach and done an awful lot for our girls program over the years. Well, you have a brand new team.
They are new, very new.
Very new. You have a young team.
Yeah. I have one senior. Happens to be my daughter, but one senior. And then I think there's 3 juniors, 4 sophomores, 4 freshmen.
I think you got it. Yeah.
If you take out Janelle and Jada, I think the average skater is 3 years.
3 years. All right. So that's the cards that you're dealt this year. And you've been with these girls on ice practicing 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Yeah, 3 weeks.
So what do you think? Where's your strong points? Where's your weaknesses?
Our weakness is definitely the skating part, the edges, that comes with time. Strong points, we got some really good shooters. They're starting to understand and support each other, so that's coming along really nice. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting once it starts clicking. We're starting to see it more and more at practices. Our systems are starting to work. They're starting to understand the systems. So as that all falls in, it's going to be exciting to see what they can do.
So you played a game already. You went down to Brookings was it Saturday?
Yep.
You went down there on Saturday. Tell us a little bit about how that went and what did you see? What did you like?
Well, we ended up losing the game, but we had great opportunities. I think we hit the pipe twice, and 2 other times we fanned on wide open nets. If you take them goals and put them into it, it was a very close game. I definitely like the system or the things that they would do. They still, when we get trapped in our end, they still get a little nervous every once in a while and get chasing.
that's a young nerves.
Yep.
What do I do?
Yep, that's exactly right. Which we're trying to get that out of them, but that just comes with time, comes with experience. I mean, you've been around for a long time, watched a lot of hockey games yourself, so you understand what it's all about.
I actually thought in the second period the Watertown Laker girls looked pretty good.
Yeah.
There was a period of time where they didn't look young as what you say they are.
Yeah, yep, exactly. And I think that I agree with you. I think that at times we dominated the second period and we controlled it down in their end, and that's things that we need to work on and be able to do that for 3 periods to win hockey games.
So Huron comes to town. What do you know about Huron besides they have a fantastic coach down there, Kurt, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Tell us a little bit about the Huron coach.
Well, I think I know who she is a little bit. The assistant coach.
Kurt's daughter, Mackenzie, and actually she's going to be in a head coach role tonight because their head coach is not here. I don't know if you even knew that or not.
I did not know that.
So Kurt Krantz's oldest daughter is the coach tonight. So maybe Kurt will have a little something up his sleeve for her tonight.
We'll have to see how well she knows the rules.
That's right. But Huron comes in with a pretty small lineup.
Yep.
They have, what I see here is they have a line and a third.
Yeah.
So they really don't have a lot of skaters. In fact, they're missing a skater tonight.
Yeah, they've been struggling with that for a while. I was really hoping to see that pick up for them, but unfortunately it hasn't. But they definitely got some girls on their team that you can't count out. I mean, they have Kylie Small, Devin Hunter. You can't give them an inch of room. They'll take away the game in a heartbeat if you do. So we still got to play our game and play our way. I'm really excited to see once they get tired if we can keep up the pace that we need to play at other games. We take on Mitchell tomorrow, so this will be a good game for us to start working on our systems. We got little things that we're going to try with Mitchell, so we're going to try them tonight and see how it goes.
Well, this should be what I would say kind of an even match to start out with. We went to Brookings last week, lost 6-1, but this one is one that we should play with these guys.
I would think so.
We really should.
We should very easily play with these guys. It should be a very good game, and I just really kind of disappointed with our crowd. I was hoping to expect to see 30,000 in the.
Yeah. There's only 14,000 checked in so far.
I know. I was really expecting to see a few more.
Well, it's girls hockey, Kurt. We appreciate you coming up. Come on up and see us after the game if you wish, but take it to them on this first home game.
Yeah, we'll try. Thank you.
Thank you, Kurt. Kurt Kranz, he is the head coach, longtime head coach of the Watertown Lakers, and should be a good one tonight. We have our team being assembled up here in the Reliabank booth, and the folks that are at my side need no introduction. If you're anywhere near Watertown Laker hockey, but I am going to introduce him anyway. Lucas Deutsch. He is a longtime Laker coach, helper, employee, does it about all. And he's going to be doing the play-by-play tonight. And then we have, of course, Jenny Workus all the way down on the far end. She got us on the air tonight with the computer, and she's going to be running the camera. Smooth and slow. That's what they say. The best camera folks are smooth and slow. So, Lucas, welcome to your debut in the Relia Bank booth.
Well, thank you. I'm a little nervous about it, but we'll fight through.
Oh, we'll get through it. We just talk to one another like we do so many times. And we have a lot of sponsors to make this thing happen. If you look at our list of sponsors, it's endless, really, an endless list. We have segment sponsors, a pregame show. This pregame show is brought to you by Watertown Area United Way. We just did some coaches' comments, Deutsch Excavating. The starting lineup's going to be brought to you by First Choice Auto, Dutch Boy Auto Wash, Dutch Boy Car Wash. And we're going to drop the puck and face off. Riddle Jewelries has done that one for a number of years. Timeout Scoreboard, Premier Bank Card, Premier Bank. Power Play Penalty Kills, Pelican Power Sports. Hockey Happenings, we'll talk about a lot of hockey happenings today, and Sharp Automotive is going to bring us that one. Chuck a Puck, where we chuck a puck, we're probably going to chuck a puck just in the boys tonight, and that's going to be Health Source Chiropractic. Player of the Game, Subway, gives away a Subway sub card for all the Subway players of the game. Big Brothers and Big Sisters, such a great program within our association. Elite Sewer and Drain and First Bank and Trust do that one. So it's the kickoff of the home opener. Lucas, what do you do with lineups like this? These are some pretty shallow lineups, and these two girls, it's just the way it is in this association. There's some pretty shallow lineups. As a coach, where do you go?
You know, starting off the game is a big deal. That first period is going to be big for both teams on how the momentum that they're getting for them and moving forward. So with the short benches, you know, you probably should get the guys you want out there on the ice right away. Yeah,
so it's kind of interesting. What Huron tells me they're going to do is they are going to have Kylie Small as a center, and then Alexis Rashad is going to be a wing, and when Kylie goes off, Alexis is going to go back into a center. So it's a shuffle. I think we're probably going to have, especially towards the end of the game, you're probably not going to know who's on defense and offense. They don't have any positions. They're just going to play hockey.
That's probably what they're going to have to do.
Yeah. So as our friend Jeff Anderson would say, they're going to wing it.
That's exactly what he would say.
They're going to wing it.
That's what they're going to have to do.
And we want to put a shout out to Jeff Anderson. Jeff Anderson was a longtime voice of the Watertown Lakers and kind of showed us all how to do this. And Jeff has had the opportunity this year. To retire for the second time. Who gets to retire twice? Only Jeff?
Yeah, he's a pretty lucky guy. It's pretty hard to replace somebody like that. You know, he's a talented guy and does such a great job talking to everybody that he interviews. And then the play-by-play is exceptional. So he's just done a great job.
Yeah, he's done it for a long time. He's done it so long, he wore out 2 Laker hockey coats. Wore them right out.
That's more than
I
I've
remember
done.
the first one that he wore all the time, remember? The voice of the Lakers that set it right on the back. And then, of course, Jenny got us some new coats, and it wears it all the time. So our friend Jeff, if you're listening, we miss you, and we're going to have you up here. And we shouldn't probably tell him this, but if he does come up here, we're going to interview him. And then right before the period, you and I are going to go to the concession stand.
Sounds like a plan
and
to
we'll
me.
just leave him and
leave him
see
up
if,
here.
And
I like
see if
it.
he can see if he can do it. So, yeah, we miss Jeff, our friend, dearly, and we think about him on every broadcast. But he is enjoying retirement to the fullest. Only a few of these teams. Only a few of these teams have played this year. Huron has played a game. The Lakers have played a game. And they both played Brookings and both lost to Brookings. That's all the girls' action that we've had so far this year. It was Huron losing last Saturday. I'm sorry, that one was on Friday, 11-2. And then the Watertown Lakers went down to Brookings. And Watertown Lakers went down to Brookings and lost 6-1. Brookings is possibly the team to beat. Kind of they say that, or I guess I maybe say that with their kids. In this girls program, look out for Brookings, I think, this year.
They got a talented bunch of girls down there. A lot of them play with Team South Dakota as well. So doing it that way, they are probably the group to look out for.
Okay, so if you put Brookings up there, maybe you put them up in the top 3. Where do you go from there in the girls side?
You know, Sioux Falls is always a hard one to contend with. They got a lot of kids down there, and they got a good coach down there too as well. You know, Aberdeen always puts a good program together too. They got some good coaches up there too. They do a good job.
Hockey in general is a numbers game, but I think more so in girls, right?
Definitely. Girls is the largest growing hockey age group right now, or group. So girls is tough. Numbers is huge.
Yeah, and we always say that the teams in the girls programs, if you can play 3 lines, you're going to be competitive for the whole year.
You're going to be very, very competitive.
And how many teams in this league you think can play 3 lines? Probably 4, maybe 4 teams.
3 to 4, yeah.
Yeah, so it is a numbers game, and that a lot of times will separate the top from the bottom of the league. And of course, these 2 teams, of course, have short benches, but a lot of young girls. The other thing that happens in girls hockey is girls play very young. We have 8th graders playing, we have 9th graders playing, and it happens all the time.
It does. It's inherently, it's been that way in the girls program for everybody all over the state. It's nothing to see a 6th, 7th, 8th grader playing varsity all the time.
Yeah, and the nice thing about it is that that's the way it is. So a lot of teams don't have any big advantage by playing young kids, because so does everybody else.
Yep.
Right? In Watertown Lakers, for instance, they go from a U14 girls league all the way to they go from a U14 girls league, and then when you're done with U14, when you age out of that, you play varsity hockey.
You do. Right now, there's no actual JV league in this state, so they do some jumping from that U14 age group all the way up to varsity, and that's a big step. It's a very big step, and when you have short numbers like a lot of the teams do, it's a tough one.
It's a step that in the boys' end is really unheard of. You can't really even do that in boys hockey.
You can't. If you're not, to be honest with you, juniors and seniors are the heart and soul of most varsity teams in the state, and if you got a freshman, sophomore playing with you, they're probably a pretty talented kid.
It's an exceptional kid that has come up through the ranks and can do it.
Yep.
And even at that, yeah, he's an exceptional kid, but there's still the challenges having a young skater on your team.
Definitely. Mistakes are made by young players a lot.
Yeah.
So
and in the girls program, they're all over.
They're all over.
You see 8th graders, 9th graders, they all play. So that's it with girls hockey. I mean, if you don't know hockey, and a lot of people don't come out to watch a hockey game, and I ask them why, what's the first thing they say? Well, I don't understand hockey. Well, if you want to understand hockey, come to a girls hockey game, because it's slower,
Yep.
number one, and it's positioning, and I think girls positioning hockey is sometimes way better than the boys.
Oh, I couldn't agree with you more on that. Their positioning is tenfold better than most boys teams, because they have to be to move the puck around and get it to where they need it to be. Girls are a whole different group to coach, and they're actually wonderful to coach. I've been on the ice quite a few times with girls. It's fun.
Yeah, there's certainly differences. I had one coach tell me that the girls, you can tell them what to do and tell them why, and the boys, you got to tell them what to do and then hit them with a stick till December.
Yep, that's exactly right.
So that's kind of, it's a big difference. But no, really, if you want to come out and see hockey and start to understand hockey, you can see the forwards, you can see the defense, you can see some of their schemes when they go into the offensive zone and how they break out, because it's slower and it's easy to see. And then when you do that, you can come to a boys game, you can watch a college game, you can watch an NHL game. It makes sense.
It does.
Hockey's not that hard to understand. It's just that it's fast.
It's fast. Yep.
It's just fast. At any level, it's fast. So there's only one game on tap tonight, and that's this one, the Huron and Watertown game. And then we will start with the girls tomorrow. Rushmore will be at Aberdeen. Mitchell will be at Watertown. Brookings will be at Sioux Center. So there's 3 games tomorrow on the girls' side. And then even they'll go into Sunday where Rushmore is at Aberdeen. We have a good broadcast schedule this year, thanks to Jenny Workus and Lucas for agreeing to do this. Maybe we got you at a weak moment. I don't know what it was.
Must have been. Must have been.
So, but anyway, we do have a broadcast schedule. We are going to, of course, do this one tonight. It's a back-to-back boys and girls, and then we're going to come back tomorrow and we're going to do boys and girls also. And that is when Mitchell comes into town. That's a 4:30 for the girls, 8:30 for the boys. On the 2nd of December, the boys are going to play when Brookings comes to town. That's an 8 p.m. start. Most of the boys are 8 p.m. starts. 12/16 is December 16th is going to be the boys when Aberdeen comes to town. And we are going to go on the 21st, girls and boys again. That's Stick It to Cancer Night. If you come to one hockey game all year long, come to Stick It to Cancer Night. It's a pretty special night. February 11th, we're going to do boys and girls again. That's going to be senior nights. We're going to honor all of our seniors for doing all the time that they've done ever since they were old enough to skate. On 2/24, which is February 24th, the boys are going to play, and we're going to do another broadcast on 2/25 with the boys again. I hate to look all the way ahead, but I always do. Girls state tournament's going to start, and the boys state tournament. You're going to be able to watch all the girls state tournaments. We're going to have every one of them on KSDR 1480, and that's going to be in conjunction with KCCR out of Pierre. And we're going to do the entire girls schedule for the state tournament and the entire boys. It's 22 games in 2 weekends. I always look forward to that. I think it's one of the best 2 weekends in the of the year, and that's what we all prepare for. So, predictions. What do you think? We kind of talked about this a little bit, but Huron, what are they going to do when they come out of the box? I mean, you're going to have to.
They're going to be flying. They're going to be moving the puck wide. They're going to look to put it deep in the zone, is my opinion, and try to get some shots early on our goalie.
So you think with a shallow bench like that, they're going to dump it in the zone any chance they get?
Yep. They're going to have to.
Because that's where the puck is safe.
Yep, that's where it's safe for them, and make Watertown go the full length of the ice.
A couple leaders on the Watertown Lakers team. Janelle Lloyd is a sophomore, and then, of course, our Jada Crayons is our lone senior. And those two, I'm guessing, are going to dictate the tempo.
They should dictate the tempo. Those two are very talented. They're fun to watch. I know we got some younger players that are starting to be a little more leaned on by some of those players, and it's going to be fun to watch them too.
You always have those kids. You always have those kids. You always have those kids that that tend to be leaders. And it seems like no matter what team, and as you coach, you pick up your team at the beginning of the year, and you say, oh, I don't have any leaders. And all of a sudden you come to practice one day, and there they are.
There they are. That's exactly how that works a lot of the times. They got everybody moving. Everybody's listening to them when they talk. It's pretty neat to watch. It's pretty exciting for them to get that once they figure it out as well, that, oh, man, these guys really listen to me. It's pretty neat. So
it is kind of neat. And, Lucas, you've seen a lot of that over the years. And then you cultivate those leaders, right?
You do. You have to. You got to. There's a lot of responsibility behind being a leader on a team. So
and a lot of times a coach has to go to that leader and say, what's going on in the locker room? What's going on at school? What's going on, because you can't be everywhere.
Right. And on the flip side of that, sometimes you're not always the friend either. Sometimes you have to be that leader, and that's a hard thing to do for kids to do. So
well, and if something is going on, a lot of times the coach is the last one to know about it.
Definitely the last one to know about it.
Because
they're
not going to tell the coach.
Nope, we don't want to tell coach nothing.
So you could have this thing going on in the locker room amongst a few kids or whatever, and you don't even find out about it until the middle of December.
Right.
Yeah. So and how long has this been going on?
Yeah.
Oh, the fun of coaching, right?
The fun.
The fun of coaching. So we are on AM 1480 KSDR, and this game can be live streamed anywhere in the world. It's gowatertown.net is the website. Go to that website. It's Watertown Radio. Click on the live stream, and it'll come right up on the YouTube channel. So tell your uncles, tell your cousins, tell grandma and grandpa in Arizona. Anybody can watch this game starting in 1 minute and 26 seconds. And we're going to get under the way. The Zamboni has gone around and cleaned our ice. They warm up on dirty ice, and these players, I'm guessing, are going to come out in about 2 minutes here, and we're going to get this thing underway. We have two referees tonight. Lucas, tell us who they are.
Well, we got Adam Sullivan, and then we have Justin Ballas. They're both veteran referees. They both do a good job, and they've both been around this game a long time. They like to have a lot of fun too. So
our referees, that's really kind of an art, isn't it? And a dedication that you really can't find a lot of people to do it.
It's tough. We're always looking for new referees. I know this year we put a crop of 21 kids through our referee seminar here in Watertown. I think only a couple of them weren't from town. So it's good to see these young refs coming out and join these veteran guys and learn from them.
Yes, and our officials do such a good job. And these guys are going to do both games tonight, girls and boys. as our players both take the ice, and they're going to line up on the red line. You look over at Huron, it looks like we got waiting for the rest of them, but that's it.
That is
Watertown Lakers are going to be in their white uniforms with black breezers, black socks, and the yellow. And Huron comes with their red jerseys. I think Huron has had those red jerseys as long as I can remember. It's kind of the same design. It's got a big H on the front, and they're going to come in with the red socks. So in the black helmets, and the Watertown Lakers have black helmets. I still can't get used to the black helmets in the Watertown Lakers. They were yellow for so long.
I know. I love the yellow helmets, and fortunately I was a part of getting the black ones in. But
we are going to take it over to our PA announcer here. And we're going to go to our starting lineups.
At defense, number 5, Shelby Tim. Defensive partner, number 20, Devin Hunter. At wing, number 4, Anna Kurtz. Yellow wing, number 12, Alexis Rashad. And at center, number 6, Kylie Small.
Starting lineups are brought to you tonight by First Choice Auto Wash and Dutch Boy Car Wash.
At defense, number 2, Regina Franz. Her defensive partner, number 14, Rachel Scott. At wing, number 4, Harper Hendricks. The other wing, number 8, Gina Jenkins. At center, number 12, Janelle Lloyd. And between the pipes, number 30, Angela Burnell.
That's the starting lineups tonight, and we are going to take the helmets and hats off, and we are going to listen to the national anthem. National anthem has been played. The skaters are going to go to their nets, and we are going to get ready to go. We're going to strap on the helmets, and Riddle's Jewelry is going to help us do the puck drop and the face-off. Thank you, Riddle's Jewelry. They've been doing it for lots of years. They sponsor all the puck drops. We are up here in the Reliabank booth. It's Jim Lloyd on the play-by-play, Lucas Deutsch on the color, and Jenny Workus tucked in on the corner over there looking at the computer, and she's going to do this live streaming. Streaming all over the world. AM 1480 KSDR and GoWatertown.net for the live stream. And it's good to get this season started. Seems like we never left.
I certainly didn't leave, so I'm here all the time. I love it. I'm about to see this first game's back.
Lucas lives here. He's got a little cot in the back.
I do. It's a nice cot, made of wood.
And you might have to get a cot at the new rink. We're going to talk a little bit about the new rink. There's a lot of happenings with Watertown Laker hockey and figure skating. They're turning some dirt around on the other end of town. We're getting a new hockey rink.
We are getting a new rink. It's going to be pretty exciting.
Well, for tonight anyway, we're going to play in this rink. We love this little old rink, and it just does us well. It's going to be small, and Janelle Lloyd going to face off. That's controlled by the Watertown Lakers back into their defensive zone. Krantz chases and tries to get it up along far boards. And there's a scrum over in the far corner, and this one goes towards the Watertown bench. And here comes Janelle Lloyd. She's going to come up through the neutral zone. She's 2-on-1. If she hurries up, she's going to take a shot. It's going to go off the pad of Avelia Colin. She is the Huron goalie this evening. Avelia is her first name. As Huron takes it up and scoots it through, and we're going to have an icing call, and we're going to come all the way back down in front of Avelia Colin, the Huron goalie. In the goal tonight for the Watertown Lakers is Angela Burnell. She's a junior and hasn't been playing varsity hockey that long.
No, she hasn't. She's stepped up well, though. She's pretty confident back there. I look for good things from her.
Goalie's a big position as we face this one off in the near dot here, and that's controlled by Crans. Crans going to try to pitch it in front of the net. There's nobody home. Janelle Lloyd's going to keep it down in tight into the zone. Trying to get it out of there for Huron is Shelby Tim. And here comes Kylie Small. Kylie Small plays a lot of hockey. I think she's going to have the puck on her stick a lot, along with Devin Hunter. You talk about leaders. There's two of them right there for Huron All-Stars. And as Hunter takes it just on top of the dot over in the far corner, is going to try to skid it around. Janelle Lloyd gets her upended over in the corner. That might have been Harper Hendricks. Harper Hendricks is a young player for the Watertown Lakers that's really done a nice job. I haven't even really seen her play until last weekend, and she's going to be somebody to watch.
Definitely. She's looking good so far this year. As like you said, she's very young.
8th grade. This puck is down on the right-hand side of Angela Blanell, and we're going to try to skip it out of there, and that's Scott. She's going to get it up now to the red line, and that was Caitlin Melville. Play continues all the way down where Riley Redland grabs it in front of her own goalie. She's going to take it around the back and look for an outlet pass in the near corner. Trying to get back out, upended there by Huron. Now it goes back, and Jada Cran's going to chase that one along with Randall. On the far corner, this one's going to be held in the zone nicely by Huron. That was Corello, and she's going to take it all the way down tight. Gothel gets it in the near corner, and this puck is turned over, and here comes Jada Kranz. Jada Kranz is going to play a lot of minutes. She's one of the defense that kind of hold the defense together, and she's looking for a pass across the Randall and can't quite get it there. And here comes Devin Hunter for the Huron All-Stars. She's going to carry it through the neutral zone all by herself. Got it on her stick, and she's going to look for a shot and gets one, and it goes. Devin Hunter gets the game's first score, and we need to write that one down. We don't do that very often. I never did it at all last year.
Yeah, she came through the middle there with a good shot on Angela and on the short side there, blocker side. And it was just kind of a hard one to get to.
At 14:40, Huron All-Stars strike first. And this one is 1-0 at 14:40 left, and we're going to face off center ice. It's going to be Watertown's first line, and that's Janelle Lloyd. And now it goes over to Harper Hendricks, and that one gets taken away by Kylie Small. Kylie Small is a pretty good skater. She's been doing this for a while. Stops right behind her own goal. He's going to pitch it up and try to get it in. Held in the goal zone there by Scott, and Scott's going to take a shot, and that goes off of a pad. And that is going to be an unassisted goal by Hunter. And Janelle Lloyd's going to retreat all the way behind Burnell. Going to try to get it out to Harper, and they do, and they're going to try to center, and the puck does now come out to the center. And here comes Harper Hendricks. I said her earlier, but she's got the puck right now. Going to get to her forehand with a low shot that doesn't quite get to the net. And Janelle Lloyd going to look for a backhand. Can't quite get that one to go in. Held in here by Crayons on the far board. Chips it down to Hendricks. Another player is Jada Jenkins. She's another young player. She's a sophomore. As this one comes out of the zone, and this is Kylie Small. Kylie Small is going to be right in front of the Watertown bench and into the near corner. And she's going to look out to her teammates. Looked to throw it all the way across and whiffed on the pass. And Janelle Lloyd's going to go grab it and skips it up to, that's Hendricks. And going to take a shot right there. One of our young skaters. And she's going to go get a breather as the puck goes all the way back down. It's going to be an icing call. And we're going to go all the way down in front of the Lakers. The Huron All-Stars goalie to their left.
Got some good puck movement going so far by the Lakers, trying to get it moved around a little bit in their offensive zone. It's nice to see early.
Just what we talked a little bit about this girls hockey, you can see what's going on. You can see all the positions and how the girls play their positions so well. As Huron's going to break it out into the near boards. And now it does come out into the neutral zone. And that was Alexis Rashad. There's a Rashad that's been scratched off the list tonight. I'm assuming that's a sister. As the Lakers shoot it all the way back into their offensive zone, but it is controlled by Hunter. Hunter's going to look up to the red line, And Small's going to try to tap it away, and now it does go into the zone. There's a shot that doesn't quite make it. Jada Kranz had that one on her stick, and Jada's going to try to skate it out where she's reaching some traffic. That's Kylie Small. Kylie Small's going to be everywhere tonight, and we see that already as she backhands it down deep into the zone. And Jada Kranz going to try to get it out of the zone, and now it's held in here by Hunter right in front of the Watertown Lakers net. Takes a shot that can't quite make it to the net, and Jada's going to be tripped, and I think we're going to have our first penalty of the night. Our Laker goalie can come if she wants to. Janelle Lloyd's going to bring it in 1-on-4, and gets it on over to Melville, and now it's touched by Huron. And I think we're going to have our first penalty at 12:08.
We are just a little bit early on that stick swing there and caught her right by the feet, took him right out from underneath her. It's going to be a good opportunity here for the Lakers to capitalize and see if they can get that one back they got early on them.
And it's our first Pelican Power Sports power play, and that penalty is going to go on number 12. That's Alexis Rashad. So the last thing that Huron needs is a skater in the bench or in the box. And this puck drops on the far corner, and we're going to see if we can set up a power play. A Pelican Power Sports power play as Janelle Lloyd takes it out to the blue line to try to dump it down to Kranz. Back over to Lloyd up just inside the blue line. She's going to skate around the blue line with a little pressure right there by Kylie Small. Knocks her off the puck. You're not supposed to do that in girls hockey. They do it once in a while. We don't care.
No. Makes for good competition. I like it.
That's right. As the Lakers hold the zone in the near corner, it's the hardest spot on the rink to see. And now they're going to try to trip it out. No, it's held in by Scott. Scott's going to be up in between the circles. Takes a pretty good shot. Deflected off of Harper. And that is a save there by Colin as Huron tries to get it back out, and they can't do it. Here's Scott with it just by the circles again. And Huron now is going to find it outside the zone where Janelle Lloyd's going to pick it up and try to regroup here in the neutral zone. She's going to bring it up through the neutral zone by herself. She's 1-on-2 and takes a shot wide of the net. Missed it by a mile. And it's going to be in the near corner. As Huron's going to chip it up off their own bench, and that's going to trickle down in front of the Lakers bench, and Scott's going to have to go, for the Lakers, going to have to go get it. She's going to retreat in front of her goalie over to Harper. Harper can't keep it on her stick. Kylie Small finds it there for the Huron All-Stars. Going to go all the way around, and she's looking for a wraparound. Can't get that one done. As Scott picks it up, and now we're going to try to regroup. 36 seconds left in this one. This Pelican Power Sports power play. We're going to try to regroup, and we're going to have somebody can't stay on side, and that was Jada Krantz. She knew it.
She did know it. She knew it right away.
Offsides is called when the puck enters the zone, the offensive zone, before the player. That's the easiest way to say that.
It is. It's be a good time here. Lakers can regroup here for this next 30 seconds of the power play and try to get something going here.
Face off at neutral ice, heads all the way back to Burnell. Burnell's going to give it to a player, and that's Scott. Scott's going to bring it up along the near boards, going to bounce it off the boards. Here comes Zundy. Meg Zundy, she wears number 3. Hasn't been playing that long. She's going to take it in her offensive zone and got the corner. You don't quite call it a pipe, but you call it a corner, and that could have just as easily went in. We're 7 seconds here on this Pelican Power Sports power play, and that's probably going to do it as Kylie Small finds it in the neutral zone and going to slap it all the way down. Huron's going to change one at a time like they do, but they are full strength. 5-on-5 hockey, and this one goes to Melville. She's on the far side. Kaylin Melville, she anchors that second line at center for the Watertown Lakers. As the Watertown Lakers regroup behind their own goalie, we're going to skate up through traffic. There's a 3-on-2. If we get through the neutral zone, we get it into the offensive zone, and guess what? Devin Hunter picks it up off their stick like she'll do all night long, and she's going to skate this thing up and out of her zone. She does have some people going with her. There's a lot of Lakers chasing her, and Devin gets all the way through and behind Burnell, looking up ice, looking to the center, skating yet. Reverses field, and she's going to hold this one all by herself. Devin Hunter is a good hockey player. She's also pretty good at barrel racing. And she's barrel racing out here right now.
Yeah, she wanted that pretty bad.
Yep. And guess what? She picks it in neutral zone, and she's going to regroup her team. Going to go all the way in back in front of her goalie and look up out of the zone, and that one's not touched. And that's not going to get far enough for icing, where Kranz is going to pick it up in her defensive zone, going to backhand it up. Nobody there to catch that one. As Huron comes through the neutral zone. working it up the ice. And Riley Redland, defenseman for the Watertown Laker girls. She chips it up in the neutral zone, and now it goes all the way back. Cran's going to try to regroup. A little battle back and forth for possession here as Huron brings it up out of the zone. And this is Jada Jenkins. Now it's going to get it down in the zone where Janelle Lloyd's going to be here in the near side here, just outside of the Huron bench, and she gets pinned by Kylie Small, and that puck's going to sit there for a little while. Now it comes out, and Scott's going to take it, and a shot right at the chest of Colin. Pretty good shot. Goalie happened to be in the way on that one.
It's a real good shot. Caught her off guard a little bit, and then he gets more of those on net.
Shelby Tim is down there for Huron, going to try to regroup and get it out of there. Or Jada Jenkins has got it in the corner. She's going to get a little bit of help over here from the Watertown Lakers. Huron having a little bit of a struggle getting it out of the zone. Doing a nice job. Rachel Scott takes another shot right off that same corner that we've seen that before. Rachel Scott has been shooting the puck, and she's going to get one if she keeps shooting like that.
She will. That was definitely a good spot. That low shots are what a lot of coaches look for those rebound opportunities.
Yeah, a lot of times just inside the blue line, you're shooting for a rebound.
Absolutely.
That's why you're shooting it from there, not to say you're going to find the back of the net, but you do once in a while.
Yep.
We're going to face off in the near corner. Lloyd and Small. Devin Hunter comes out of that with the All-Stars. And he's going to dangerous pass right up in front of her own goalie, but it does work. It's going to go out here to Alexis Rashad. And now we're going to try to bounce it out, and they're going to have to check up on offsides. And now Huron can enter the zone. Watertown Lakers trying to get it out of the zone, and that's going to go all the way down. It's not going to be icing. It's going to be waved off, so Huron's going to have to regroup and back of that one. That's Jolie Carrillo. It's a good baseball name.
He's a good baseball name. Just thinking that.
As Huron's going to carry it out, that's Devin Hunter. She's going to carry it through the neutral zone and going to carry it along the far boards, dumps it back to a teammate. Tried to chip it along the boards. They can't do it, and here's Kayla Randall. Kayla Randall's going to try to get it out, and Huron holds the zone. This puck now comes out. Kylie Small and Jada Kranz play a little Team South Dakota together. They're gonna be going at it all night long as Rachel Scott gets on over to Devin Hunter, and now the puck does come out of the zone where Kaylin Melville is going to chase down into the corner. Far corner battle with Melville and a Huron All-Star. A centering pass to Meg Zundy. The puck is still loose. Is it in?
Yep, got to go.
Is it in? It's in. Watertown Lakers, Meg Zundy stayed with it. That puck sat in front of the goalie for a long time. Meg knew where it was. That's going to be Meg Zundy at 6'11".
That's a good scrum there in front of the net. The goaltender thought she had it covered, and it just squeaked outside of her left leg pad, and Meg poked it in there. That's a good job by Kaylin Melville following that puck all the way around and getting that pressure on in front of the net.
Meg Zundy, unassisted goal. She was scoring goals at the end of last year. She was scoring goals. It looks like our live stream is maybe frozen, is it, Jenny? It's a little gray. I don't know if there's anything we can do with it, but you can sure listen to us. We're going to paint the picture. You don't need to see it. So the face-off at center ice. Play continues. 5:56 left in this first period. It's a 1-1 tie, Lakers and the Huron All-Stars. 2 unassisted goals in this one. As Kylie Small blows a tire in the defensive zone, and this is now controlled by Shelby Tim in back of her goal. Chasing over there is Harper Hendricks, and there's a little gang in the back there. Kylie Small comes in. She knows what to do with it. She leans on them a little bit and trying to get that puck out of there, and they finally whistle it dead. If that puck doesn't move for a little period of time, the referees will whistle that thing dead just to keep play moving. Everybody's going to get a change here as much as we can. Yeah, that dead puck down in the corner is kind of, especially at girls hockey, it happens a lot.
It does happen a lot. You know, it's interesting to see. The girls aren't quite mean enough all the time to just throw somebody to the ground, but sometimes that's what needs to be done.
And on a one-timer there by Jada Krantz, hardly got any of it. And that one goes down into the far corner. Chasing over there for Huron is Juliana Gothel. We haven't said her name yet, but she's chasing over there as the puck comes all the way down and back of Burnell. It's Cran's going to try to get it over to Janelle Lloyd in the near corner. Can't get it off the boards. And here we go. We have a little scrum in the corner. The puck does come out, and this is Gothel right behind Burnell. Tried to chip it in front of there as Kylie Small picks it up, bounces it off to a teammate at the defensive end, and there's one off the pads and chasing it through the neutral zone. Harper Hendricks thought perhaps she could have a one-on-one there. It never happened. Here's Janelle Lloyd in the zone trying to tap it in deep. Whereas Kylie Small is going to get it out of her zone, and that is going to come out of the zone. Krantz can't quite hold it in. She's going to take it all the way back to Rachel Scott, where she's going to try to regroup and break out of this offensive zone. Puck over on the far corner, and Lakers can't get their hands on it, and here comes Janelle Lloyd. She's going to try to skate it up, and that one is upended. Nice defensive play there by Alexis Rashad. Puck goes down into the defensive zone of Huron, going to come up on the red line. That's a nice pass up the red line to Rashad. Rashad's going to be one on goalie, and that puck did not go in. Andrew Bonnell found it on her pads. Nice opportunity there for Alexis Rashad. She couldn't get it in the goal. Boy, Huron would like to have had that one with 3:51 left in this period.
Yeah, that would have been big at the end of the period here for them to get one. Oh,
and just on the other end, we get all the way down there, and we talked about it. Lakers score there, making it 2-1. That was Rachel Scott, and I bet there's going to be an assist on that one. That one happened so fast I couldn't even keep up with it.
I couldn't either. I believe Sunday maybe got that one again.
It went from one end to the other. Rachel Scott. Melville gets the assist. So we are at 2-1, a pretty nice play, and that one really happened. I was talking about Burnell down in the other end, and also was down the other end, 3-on-2, and there was a goal scored. We're down in front of the goalie again, the Huron goal, and there's a shot that can't quite get in there. And this is Melville controlling it right in front of the All-Stars bench and dumps it down deep for Meg Zundy. Devin Hunter taps it to herself.
I think the Lakers are maybe smelling a little blood here. Maybe they're going to try to get another one before the end of the period here.
Here comes Devin Hunter. She's going to carry it one-on-one. She's got a pretty good shot. Look out. That one goes up and over, whereas Kylie Small, it's Hunter and Small. They have the puck an awful lot for these All-Stars.
They do. There are two talented girls out here. It's pretty fun to watch.
And this is Small going to try to bring it out front. Gets upended Rachel Scott. Rachel Scott playing a heck of a game here. Hunter can't quite get it on her stick. That's Devin Hunter. And Devin's going to try to battle for it with Randall as the puck does go in the offensive zone. Now it's out in the neutral zone on the far side. Battling over there is Anna First. Anna First has played for a little while. We've seen her. We haven't said her name yet tonight. We try to get to all the names when we can do it. And Krantz going to tap it across the board here. And that one is going to come out to Jada Jenkins. She's going to lose it off her stick in the offensive zone, and Huron is going to pick it up. Nonetheless, it's Devin Hunter. She's going to try to bring it out all by herself, bounce it off the boards. And now it does come out of the zone into the neutral zone. Huron's going to try to control this one, but that's Harper Hendricks doing it all by herself on the far side as Huron controls the puck. A little bit of fatigue possibly setting in here, I would have to say, from both teams right now, as Kylie Small carries it in 2-on-1, and that's going to be a shot, and she finds the net. Kylie Small takes a shot from the left-hand circle and finds the top corner past Burnell. So this one with 1:56 left is tied up at 2-2.
That was a great shot there by Kylie Small. She crossed the front of Angela and Burnell down there. That's a tough shot to take.
That was at 1:56. Ties this thing up. So 2 apiece. This is a dead heat, and this is probably the way it's going to go here as Small and Lloyd tangle up right off the faceoff. It looked like a faceoff after the faceoff. And it's controlled here by Huron. Once you score a goal, you end up with a little pep in your step, and I think you're seeing that with Huron right now as Krantz upends it at the red line and chips it all the way down into the offensive zone. And we're going to try to chase this one as Huron has it behind their net, and that's Shelby Tim. Held in the zone there by the Lakers. Now it comes back out and goes down the ice, and Rachel Scott's going to win that race on the far board. And Krantz going to take it all the way up and bounce it off of her bench, and Devin Hunter's going to pick it up. Not a lot of possession as of late here from either team. as the puck just rests in the offensive zone. And this is Harper Hendricks going to try to look for a centering pass. Finds one. Janelle Lloyd finds it between the circles and can't get a shot off. And now she's got it at the blue line. She's going to shoot it all the way in as it tips off of 3 Huron sticks into the far corner. Fighting over there is Shelby Tim. She's been in the corners all night, and Krantz is over there. We have 4 of them battling it. One goes down. That's Tim for the Huron All-Stars. Now the puck comes out, and Janelle Lloyd's going to find it along the far boards and takes a shot and a little wide, and that puck.
Oh, that went in.
Did it go in?
It did. Squeaked in.
Yeah. That was that Harper Hendricks?
I think it was.
So we have another score by the Watertown Lakers, and we're going to talk a little bit about that one. That is trickery. And it is Harper Hendricks, and that's got to be her first goal in her varsity career, I would guess.
It definitely is. Definitely is. They took that shot from behind the goal line down there. Actually, it went off the goalie's skate and bounced in.
She was maybe looking for a centering pass behind the Huron All-Star goalie, and right off the skate. And that's a great shot if you can purposely do that. And
Definitely.
Perhaps she did. 8th grade, Harper Hendricks. She's in 8th grade. She scores her first goal. I hope somebody gives her that puck. I'm sure Coach Kranz will.
I bet he will.
We faced off at center ice, and the puck is now resting over on the other side as it comes through the neutral zone. This is Rashad, and takes a shot as the crowd size. That was probably pretty close to tying this thing up. And this one's ticking down at 7 seconds, controlled here by the Lakers behind the net. Now they're going to skip it out and try to break it out of the zone. We don't have a whole lot of time. They get it up through the neutral zone, and that's going to be the first period. 3-2, well, the Watertown Lakers, and it was pretty much a dead heat all the way through.
It was a good battle back and forth. It was fun to watch, actually, for the first period.
Well, we talked about these teams being pretty evenly matched, and it really was. 7 shots for the Watertown Lakers versus 4 shots for the Huron All-Stars. It's 3-2 Watertown Lakers, and Lucas Deutsch is going to skip out on us. We knew he was going to do this. This wasn't a surprise, Jenny. Jenny's going to put the headset on. She was running the camera and the computer, and now she's going to do some of the color and help us out with the rest of the broadcast. Lucas Deutsch has some youngsters, and they're going to go to the lighted parade in Watertown.
Yeah, sounds exciting.
Yeah, it'd be fun to go to the lighted parade. I wonder if can we do that between periods? I don't think we have time.
We might not have time.
By the time we start the car and warm it up, we'll never make it.
Nope.
We'll never make it. Well, let's recap that first period. 14:40 mark. Huron opened up the scoring with Devin Hunter, and the Lakers bounced right back at 6 minutes and 11 seconds with Meg Zundy with an unassisted goal. And as we move down that period, 3:46, the Lakers, Rachel Scott, assisted from Melville, and that then the score got tied up at 1:56 point with Huron with Kylie Small scoring. And then with just 31.9 seconds later, Harper Hendricks, the 8th grader, gets her first goal of her varsity career, making this thing a 3-2 a game, and probably exactly what we expect out of these two teams.
Yeah, I think so. It's a great game so far, and we'll see if they have enough power to last a couple more periods.
How are you holding out over there on the camera? Are you doing okay? Cold?
My hands are freezing, and I will tell you that talking is way more of my forte than a camera, I'm pretty sure.
Well, at least when you talk, your face will stay warm. Right. Everything else gets cold, but just your face stays warm.
Well, when I talk, I can put my hands in my pockets.
Yeah, and we kid you all the time that you have no problem talking.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Well, so let's talk a little bit about some of these sponsors tonight. Some of these have been doing this for a long time. Of course, we're at Reliabank booth, and Jenny, I'll let you read some of those off because you're the one that goes out and physically talks to some of these people.
Yeah, so the booth sponsor is Reliabank. Reliabank's really super involved in the community. I kind of have a personal interest in Reliabank. So Josh Finstead is one of our favorite Reliabank employees. You'll see him here tonight at the varsity game. And
he ran the camera for us.
Yep,
he was a camera guy for a while.
Absolutely. I'm pretty sure he would volunteer to do just about anything. He loves hockey. He comes to watch the games, all the varsity games. And so we'll see him here tonight. So if my hands get too cold later, maybe we can have him come up here.
Yeah, or he could give you some mittens, maybe.
That's right. We have the Watertown area United Way. The United Way is a huge supporter of hockey. So each year we apply for a grant through the United Way, and we've been very fortunate for the last many years that we've been selected to receive funds. And the nice thing about this is, there may be some people out there that their kids really, really want to play hockey, and they just have some type of financial hurdle that's preventing them from being able to do so. So we are able to use some funds that are granted to us through the United Way to give scholarships to some of the kids to be able to play hockey. And so that's kind of a great thing. We use those funds, to help get gear, goalie gear, different things like that, to make sure that all of the kids in our community who want to play hockey have the opportunity to be able to do that.
So if you're out there and you have children or young kids that want to play hockey, you can play hockey in Watertown.
You can play hockey in Watertown.
You just need to contact the Watertown Lakers, anybody within the organization. You can play hockey. Everybody
hockey
says
is for everyone.
Yes, and everybody says it's an expensive sport, and we know how that all goes. And I can talk about that at a different time. But everybody can play hockey. If you don't have a stick, if you don't have a pair of skates, if you don't have a helmet, you can play hockey.
In some way, shape, or form,
Yes.
somebody will make that happen for you.
Right.
You just need to reach out and let us know so that we can see what we can do to get your player or players involved.
And United Way has been so good with helping the Lakers to be able to do that. That's been a fantastic partnership.
Yeah. We have Deutsch Excavating, which is the company owned by Lucas's dad. So obviously sponsoring the coaches' comments, because I think Mr. Deutsch is pretty close to some coaches that we know. So they've been a supporter for a lot of years. We have First Choice Auto Wash and Dutch Boy Car Wash. And if you didn't know, they're both owned by the same person. So Chad Christensen owns both of those.
You can wash your car at either one of those locations.
Yeah.
Any time of the year, right?
Yeah, and I think you can even get a monthly season pass. Like you can buy a pass and you can wash your car as much as you want. And I think it's universal at either of those locations. So if you're over shopping at Hobby Lobby and you want to wash your car over there, and then the next day you're getting some parts down at AutoZone, you can go get your car washed again.
Christmas presents. That's a great.
Yeah, that would be a great Christmas
present.
Yep.
Get your wife, get your kids, grandpa, grandma, get them a yearly pass to wash their car.
Absolutely.
great
Maybe a little bit more fun in the summer to wash your car than the winter, but I guess, in the winter you probably need to wash your car more so you can get off all of the snow and dirt. We have Riddle's Jewelry. The Riddle family has no immediate hockey players right now, but I know that Scott and Jamie have a nephew that is a mite player, so there's kind of a new generation that the Riddles will be coming to watch, I'm sure, at hockey. So Riddle's Jewelry, you should shop there now, especially if you have a special one on your list that could use some, diamond earrings or a bracelet or something like that.
I'm doing my Christmas shopping as we speak.
Yeah, I think that you should maybe go. Julianne would like some stuff from Riddles, and I'm sure your daughters would too. We have First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. Again, great supporters of just about anything in our community. They've been a sponsor for radio for the last few years. They sponsor our golf tournament, some other things like that. Of course, Pelican Power Sports. You may be a little bit familiar with the Pelican Power Sports.
It is.
In case our listeners don't know, Jim recently retired from the zoo after 31 years, and he is now full-time working his business with Pelican Power Sports. So if you have any needs, if you have a snowmobile or a mower or a jet ski or any of those things with small engines that need to be worked on, Jim's your guy. What other kind of things do you work on?
A lot of side-by-sides and ATVs. That's probably the core of our business, is the side-by-sides and ATVs. And what we try to tote is it's service and repair with a personal touch. You don't talk to a service writer, you don't talk to a parts guy, you don't talk to a mechanic. You're going to talk to one guy, and that's me. We're going to do it all.
Yeah, because currently you have no employees. It's just you.
Well, I had an employee for 3 days. My son was home, and he's very active in that business too. He's home from college, so I got 3 solid days out of it.
Okay, that's good.
But no,
so you have an intern.
Yes, we try to do personal service with all of our customers. We're going to treat people fair, the way they want to be treated, and we're going to get them on their way and get that stuff working for them.
Awesome. The next sponsor on my list is Sharp Automotive. So, if your wife, if you're going to get her something from Riddle's Jewelry, maybe she wants to get you something for Christmas from Sharp Automotive and wrap it up in a big red bow.
I've bought vehicles from Sharp Automotive, and easy to deal with. And they'll do about anything at this point to sell cars. They'll bring it to your work, you'll drive it home. And yeah, we've done that.
Yeah. So if you need a new car, if you need some fixing done on your car, if you need an oil change, I'm pretty sure they can hook you up with all those things at Sharp Automotive. We have Health Source Chiropractic. They're our Chuck-a-Puck sponsor. So we do Chuck-a-Puck at all of our boys varsity games between the second and third period. So go see Dr. Nick. He's not our trainer this year. I think he's taking a little break. I think he's really kind of busy. And so he's been previously in the past, he's kind of helped take care of our kids and been on the bench some of the games in case our kids, had some injuries, things like that. So a lot of our families are real thankful for Dr. Nick and also for Dr. Mike Hendricks, which is Harper Hendricks that just scored that goal. That's her uncle.
Yeah.
So kind of a nice deal there. So check out Health Source Chiropractic. Subway, everybody loves Subway, right? So they're our player of the game sponsor. So if you get hungry, need some lunch, go run out to Subway. Elite Drain and Sewer, that's a hockey family. That's Todd and Molly Randall. Have Elite Drain and Sewer. There's probably no big or small, no job too big or too small for them. So if you have any drain problems, you might want to give them a call.
Yeah, they're the truck, those vans that drive around town, and then they have a big sewer truck.
Yeah.
And the volume of work that those guys do in town is amazing. They are all over town. If you ever call them, and we used to call them a lot for the zoo and for other things, they're busy, but they will get there. They always used to tell me, I don't know if I can do it today, and about 5 o'clock they would call and say, I'm on my way.
Yeah,
so,
that's
yeah,
awesome.
they
Good
do get it
customer
done.
service there. First Bank and Trust is a sponsor. You talked a little bit earlier about our Big Brother, Big Sister program. So they're one of the sponsors of that. So coming up as our game sponsors for the year, tomorrow night we're going to have Foley and Foley Law Office, so another hockey family.
There's a hockey family,
Vincent family.
That dates back to the oldest sign in the rink.
Well, and actually, I don't think Vince had an opportunity a few years ago to change that sign, and there was no way that they were going to change that sign. That is a vintage sign. It's got the most puck marks on it. You can barely, it's pretty discolored because of puck marks because it's right kind of in the back of the net, but it's very vintage, and I feel like, when we get the new facility, I don't think they're probably going to let them take that sign with. They might have to get a new one at that point, but I feel like it's probably going to be something that'd be in their garage.
I'd like to see that sign in the new rink.
Yeah,
I really would.
Maybe they can hang it out front with the Prairie Lakes sign.
And not only a hockey family with hockey players, but I would have to say that the Foley family, and of course John Foley, is probably the reason why this rink is here.
Yeah, the Foleys have been instrumental in hockey for years and years, and I think that they were really instrumental way back with helping with girls hockey as well, because they had
daughters.
They had a daughter who played hockey, and their son Joe is coaching this year with our new coach, Coach Devin. So he
and they have
Joe
a son
Foley,
Thomas that's going to play.
Yep. Tommy, number 13, is going to play, and then Joey is going to coach with Coach Devin tonight. And so
those Foleys are still embedded in Watertown hockey.
That's
I don't know
right.
if they can get out of it.
Yep,
They don't know how
Tommy's
to get
a
out of it.
junior, so he's got this year and next year left. So Willie's, one of our favorite lunch places. The radio crew goes to lunch usually about once a month during the season to kind of chit-chat about sponsors and what we have going on, and we always go to Willie's. We always get great service, great food at Willie's. Jim and I would never know if we didn't, because I think we get the exact same thing every single time. We never go outside of our comfort zone.
Yeah.
So
there was a time when we could walk in and our food was there and our drinks were there, and we would just sit down and eat.
That's right. Worth Electronics is a new game sponsor this year. They're going to sponsor our December 16th game. I heard rumor about some koozies and maybe some drinks and some things like that. So you'll have to come check out Worth Electronic Nights.
Good to have them on board. That is a hidden gem for Watertown. I know a couple people that work there. In fact, one of our referees
works there. Yep, Adam Sullivan works there.
And they do some really neat things right in Watertown, all the way from like inventing like the LED bulb, those real tiny little LED bulbs. Those were invented here in Watertown.
Oh, okay.
And of course, they sell the technology. And one of the inside tracks I have on that, they're working right now on electric car technology, believe it or not. And that's
cool.
happening here in Watertown. So it's really nice to have Worth Electronics on board.
Yeah.
What a great company.
The last one on my list here is Pizza Ranch. And Ross is really good to Laker hockey. Pizza Ranch is just down the street. So if we call up Ross and we say, hey, do you want to have your game sponsor renewed? Do you want to have your program ad renewed? Do you want to have your dashboard renewed? He's always, yep.
Doesn't need an explanation.
Nope, the hockey families are very supportive of Pizza Ranch. You know, these kids get hungry, and all they can eat at the buffet is great for Ross over there at Pizza Ranch, and so we really super appreciate Ross. I think ever since I've sold the advertising, which has probably been a lot of years that I've been involved, he's been there every single time, and so he's probably one of our longer sponsors from this list.
And there's a lot of sponsors like that. If you look around the rink, there's tons of sponsors that do just that. They don't ask questions. They just renew and continue to support without any questions.
Absolutely. They're just invested in our community and our kids, and they don't necessarily even care what it's for sometimes. They're like, yep.
And in our next segment, I think the next period break, as we're 1:46 away from starting this second period, maybe after that second period when we have this break again, maybe we should talk a little bit about that new hockey rink. Do we dare do that yet? Or maybe we can tell them what we know. I don't know. We'll talk a little bit about that maybe second
We'll just make it up if we don't know.
Yeah. We'll, false news, right?
Right.
Fake news. But no, we're getting ready to go. Jenny, thank you so much. And Jenny worked so hard on that list. So we have all these segment sponsors. And once again, thank those sponsors. If you see them, if you're out eating at those places or shopping in one of those places, tell them thank you from the Watertown Laker Hockey. We have lots of hockey going on throughout the area. This is kind of the big kickoff for the SDHA, South Dakota Amateur Hockey Association's kind of their kickoff weekend. The boys have not played yet, and they're going to play tonight. None of the boys in the state have played, and they're going to kick that off tonight. So we are going to start going into the second period here. This game is 3-2 Lakers, 7 shots on goal, and 4 shots for the Huron All-Stars, and we're going to flip sides. You are listening to AM 1480 KSDR, and you can get us on the live stream at gowatertown.net. That is the Watertown radio station, and we'll be live streaming that one. Jenny's going to do double duty this time. She's going to keep the headset on, going to interject when she can. She's going to run the computer. She's going to run the live stream camera, and as she does so many times in everything, and we can talk a little bit about SDHA because she's the executive director of the SDHA, and she can wear a lot of hats at once, and she's going to do it for us here up in the ReliaBank booth as we get ready to start this second period. KSDR 1480 is bringing it to you live on a live stream. We're painting the picture the best we can from the ReliaBank booth. It's the best seat in the house, as Jeff Anderson would say. He doesn't want to sit anywhere else in this rink besides the ReliaBank booth, and we are going to drop the puck. Riddle's Jewelry is going to help us drop this puck, and it's going to be controlled by the Watertown Lakers. That's Jada Cran's going to chip it up in the neutral zone as Huron hands it over to Rachel Scott. She's got a goal tonight. It's got to be one of her first goals. I think she had a couple of 1 or 2 last year, as Huron's going to try to get it up out of there, break it out of the zone, and it's going to be a neutral zone fight here as one Huron All-Star goes down, and we're going to get a trip. So at 16:33, we are going to get a trip, and that's going to be on Meg Zundy for the Watertown Lakers. Tripping call happens when typically you reach your stick out and get it stuck in the legs of another player. So I got to chart this down. Jeff always told me I had to chart this stuff so you could recap it. Otherwise, how are you going to recap it?
Jeff just texted me.
He's always watching.
Yeah, he is. We got to be careful what we do.
He's the reason why we're doing this tonight, Jenny. He helped us along when we were just babies. As this puck goes all the way down to the far end, it's going to be covered up. Tried to be covered up by Colin, but there's nobody in the area, so she could not cover it, and now she's going to get a shot by Janelle Lloyd right up into the chest, and then play is going to stop. I didn't get the time of that penalty. We can make it up, though. We just go along. It had to have been about 17-something. That's what we're going to call it. As the puck is dropped, Riddle Julie's help us drop this one again as Huron controls the face-off, and this is going to come up through the neutral zone. by Devin Hunter. She brings it up her lone, and Rachel Scott chips it away from her. Now Janelle Lloyd's going to tap it all the way back down. There's a Pelican Power Sports power play for the Huron All-Stars right now. We're at 1:10 left in that one, and Huron is going to try to come up out of their zone and going to try to set this one up as Kylie Small and Devin Hunter bring it into the zone. And Kylie Small takes a shot that can't quite get to the net. And the Watertown Lakers, this is Krantz. Krantz going to try to skate it, can't skate it very far. And Kylie Small is looking for Devin Hunter right in front of the net, and that didn't get through, and Janelle Lloyd's going to use her legs to get it out up to the red line. Now she's going to slap it down, and it's going to cause Huron All-Stars to regroup. Chasing over on the far side is Jada Jenkins, going to give a little pressure. And Huron is going to get it up through the neutral zone up to Devin Hunter. Devin Hunter's going to carry it in. She's 1-on-3 with a little static. There's a pretty good shot wide of the net. Devin Hunter's got a real good shot. She's one of their leading scorers year after year on this team. Now she's going to look for a backhand. Can't get that one to go as Brunell's there in the way. And we're going to have a stoppage of play, and I believe the net moorings are off, and referee Sullivan says we're going to stop play. 16 seconds left in this Pelican Power Sports power play for the Huron All-Stars. As the Watertown Lakers, Coach Crane's going to switch out his players, try to keep some fresh ones in. Face-off right in front of the All-Stars bench, and it's going to be controlled by Huron in their offensive zone. Devin Hunter going to look in back of her goalie, and they're going to try to set this one up. They finally set up the power play here. Devin Hunter brings it back around Burnell. And we are going to be full strength, so that does burn it up. The power play for Huron, and they control the zone, offensive zone yet. Still looks like a power play here. We're 5-on-5 hockey as Devin Hunter brings it out to a teammate, and that teammate was Shelby Tim. And now Hunter's going to throw it at the net. Kylie Small couldn't get it on her stick on the back door, and that could have been a bad deal for the Watertown Lakers as the zone is held by the Huron All-Stars. Still kind of looking like an all-star penalty or power play here. Now the puck gets pinned in the back. Riley Redland's there to try to give help. And trying to get it out. Now it does come out through the neutral zone, and that was Randall as Meg Zundy puts pressure in the offensive zone, and here comes Randall. And Randall's going to take a shot right off of a player of the Huron, and Zundy's going to score another goal. That's Meg Zundy, number 3. Put it on her stick, and that was from Randall. It was a ricochet off of a leg pad. And that one's going to come at 13:40. And it is a Lakers goal by Zundy, and I'm going to take the liberty to give that assist to Randall because I know that's the way it's going to go. And we're going to face off 4-2 with 13:40 left in this one. 10 shots for the Watertown Lakers compared to 6 shots for the Huron All-Stars as Janelle Lloyd's going to chase it in back of the Watertown All-Star goalie, Colin. And they're going to tangle up in the corner. They've done it a few times down in this near corner. Giving some help is Jada Jenkins. And now the puck comes out and scores! That's Riley Redland from the blue line. That one trickled out, and she took a shot. And a good shot at that. So at 13-17, we're going to have another score.
That was a great shot.
Riley Redland with an excellent shot. And this game breaks open in this second period for the Watertown Lakers. I'm not sure if we have an assist on that one, but that puck just came trickling out just inside the blue line, and Riley Redland fired it right into the back of the net. So we're going to face off again. 5-2 with 13:15 left in this one. Watertown Lakers have pretty good life here in the first part of the second period as Janelle Lloyd's going to carry it through the neutral zone and meets one of the Huron players, that's Rashad. As they bring it out, this looks like it's got to be Kylie Small. You can tell the way she skates. Is fairly small, but she can wheel the puck, which she did up through the neutral zone. Janelle Lloyd's going to take it back of Burnell, and now they're going to break out here. They're going to try to get it out to Harper Hendricks. Harper Hendricks chases down. Met over there by Shelby Tim. Going to try to get it out of the zone, can't quite do it. And Janelle Lloyd's going to find it just inside the blue line, going to toss it in deep as it ricochets off in back of the Huron goalie. And Krantz going to hold it in nicely, take a shot just a little bit wide, almost a tip down there. by Janelle Lloyd as she scrambles with it over in the far corner, and Shelby Tim is going to mix it back up. We have a player in the mix that goes down in the corner, and the puck is going to be whistled dead in the corner, and I believe that was Janelle Lloyd. Referee lost sight of that one and whistled it dead as the Lakers are going to get a switch and Huron's going to get a change. A little different to see Huron when they change. They do one at a time. All the other teams do about 3 or 4 players at a time. They just bring in one player at a time.
Well, they don't have too many sitting on the bench waiting, Jim. There's only a couple of girls down there.
I like this Huron team. They've done it in lots of different levels over the years. They bring just a few people, and then you just got to scramble to try to beat them because they're always a good quality team as the Huron All-Stars, boys and girls.
Yeah, you'll see on the next game that the boys only have about 14 boys on their roster,
Yeah.
so they're pretty short on that bench as well.
But the Watertown Lakers will have to do everything they can do to beat them.
Oh,
They
absolutely.
Just play. Huron All-Stars, been a good program for a lot of years. We're going to face off in the far circle, and that's going to be Melville. And this puck's going to go wrap all the way around, and Kylie Small is going to chase it all the way down to Burnell. Can't quite get there before an icing is called. We're going to go all the way down to the right-hand side of Collin. Avelia Collin is the Huron All-Star goalie. Couple got past her in this beginning of this first period. So Melville's going to face off. They're going to do it all over again, and now this one's going to be controlled by Huron. Kylie Small is going to put it on her stick and circle around, and she's going to try to get her legs going. Now she taps it up off the boards right in front of the Reliabank booth. And that one goes down. It's going to be a delayed offside. So the Watertown Lakers, that's Jada Cran's going to skate it up through a little bit of traffic. That was Alexis Rashad, and the puck's going to go all the way down for an icing. So we are going to go all the way back down in front of the Huron All-Star goalie. 2 referees tonight, which is a little bit abnormal. Hard to get referees, Jenny. Jenny also schedules the referees throughout the state, and sometimes you end up with 2.
Well, there's only 2 for girls varsity. That's all that they're allowed. It went back to 2 this year.
Went back to 2. Oh, and there's a shot right off the face-off. That's Watertown Laker goal. I almost
Kayla
missed that
Randall.
one completely. So at 11:32, the Watertown Lakers are going to get on the board again. I apologize. We're talking about something else, and these girls are playing hockey and scoring goals.
Yeah, that was number 16, Kayla Randall, that had that one.
Kayla Randall, thank you, Jenny. And that one came up, and before we knew it, the Watertown Lakers had another goal, making this thing 6-2. Watertown Lakers breaking this thing open, and Kurt Kranz got it like this, finally starting to go in the net for the Watertown Lakers, as Huron brings it up through the neutral zone. Oh, there's
I misreported that. I guess Jada had the goal, and it was
Randall.
an assist from Randall and an
Grant.
assist from Melville as well on that one.
All right. Well, we take a lot of time writing those down so we can recap it. We don't know if we get it right or not, but we're going to give it a try. Meanwhile, the hockey game goes on, where the Watertown Lakers, it's Harper Hendricks over in the far corner. She goes down. A couple more players go down, and this puck is on the far corner, and now it's going to be brought out of the zone, just barely out of the zone, by Harper Hendricks. Number 4, she's an 8th grader, playing varsity hockey and doing a really nice job out here. She does not look like an 8th grader. Besides, she's pretty small.
Harper plays on Team South Dakota this year for the first time, the 14U girls team. So
She's getting a lot of skating experience as the Watertown Lakers held in there by Devin Hunter. Devin Hunter's going to get to the dot, and she's going to fire a shot wide of the net. Devin Hunter's going to score a couple goals here yet. You just can't leave her shoot alone. Coach Krantz talked about with that they have to know where she is as Huron comes into their offensive zone 2-on-2. There's a shot reflected nicely by Burnell there. That was a shot by Rashad, Alexis Rashad. Yeah, she's got it now behind the net. Looks for a wraparound, can't quite do it, and a shot in front, and that was by Juliana Gotho, and she had a real nice look at it in front, and Burnell doing a nice job to get her pads down on the ice in a hurry, and here comes Harper. Harper's 2-on-1. She gets hacked off the puck, and she scoots to the bench. She had a pretty long shift there. Tried to get a shot, and there was nowhere to go as Janelle Lloyd circles around just inside the blue line, going to try to control the puck, looking for a shot, circles back around, stays on her forehand. Now goes to her backhand on the far corner. And looking all the way across the ice for Rachel Scott was Randall, and that pass can't quite get through there. Now picked up over there by Randall. She's got the long blonde hair out of her helmet. That's how I can find her, and she takes a shot. Devin Hunter picks it up in back of the net. Devin Hunter going to try to take it up on her own. Can't quite get there, and Gothel finds it at the red line. Here comes Hunter again. Hunter's got it on her stick an awful lot. She goes through about 4 Lakers and shoots it at the goal just a little bit wide. Riley Redmond with a backhand back over to Rachel Scott. Rachel Scott has probably shown more improvement than any of these girls over the years. She's really turned into a really nice defenseman for the Watertown Lakers. As this puck goes all the way back down, Kylie Small is going to chase with Melville, and Kylie Small is going to win the race right behind Burnell. Riley Redland doing a nice job to control the puck, took it off a small stick. Not many people do that very often. Here comes Zunde. Zunde's got 2 goals already today. And she's going to try to chase Devin Hunter, as Devin Hunter's going to track back behind her own goalie. You know, try to set up. She's such a good skater and stick handler. Gets it over to a teammate in the neutral zone. Right in front of us, it's Anna First. And Melville picks up in front of her goalie. A little bit dangerous going in front of Burnell. I'm sure Burnell's saying, get away from me. And that one's stolen in the neutral zone. Riley Redland makes a really nice defensive play. Riley Redland has a goal just inside the blue line tonight. Spreading the wealth around these Watertown Lakers. At 6-2, 12 shots on goal for the Lakers. Now this is in the neutral zone, and Janelle Lloyd takes it in front of her bench and gets sandwiched, and they're going to have to check off. They can't quite do it, and it's going to be offsides for the Watertown Lakers. 12 shots for the Watertown Lakers at the 7:38 mark. We have a stoppage of play. We're going to face off, and I believe that's going to face off right in front of us. We look down from the Reliabank booth. We've got the best seat in the house. As the puck drops, Riddle's Jewelry. Puck drop, controlled by the Huron All-Stars. Kylie Small, here's a shot by Kranz. Whoa, that was kind of a floater. And Colin catches that with her glove. And it almost looked like a pop fly to the center fielder. So we're going to face off to the left-hand side of Colin.
I think Huron's goalie, this is her first year, I think, in the net. I think they lost their goalie from last year because she moved.
Okay.
She moved to Sioux Falls, and I think that this young gal was willing to take one for the team and step up and be the goalie.
The hardest position in hockey.
And she's very young. I think she's a 7th grader.
Wow. There again, in girls hockey, you see these young girls step up to the plate, and they do it year after year after year. This puck's in the neutral zone. Rachel Scott going to try to move that puck forward. And she gets it up to Jada Jenkins. Jada Jenkins just inside. That puck's laying right on the blue line. Picked up there by Huron, knocked away by Kranz. Janelle Lloyd chips it down into the zone and chases. Chases down there with Shelby Tim. Janelle Lloyd bouncing it off the board in the near corner. She's on her backhand, going to try to get it deep. Now she falls down right in front of her own bench, and Kylie Small's there to take that one away from her. And this puck's going to go up through the neutral zone. Alexis Rashad taking it all the way in. There's a shot. It had to be blocked by Burnell with a stick save. As Jeff says, she sticks out the paddle. And out into the neutral zone right in front of us. Pretty good battle now. Huron gets it across ice to First, Anna First. Rachel Scott chips it away from her with a backhand. Puck comes out of the zone. In the neutral zone, controlled by the Huron All-Stars. All the way across the ice and just tipped right in front of us by Gothel. And this chase down in the corner. Krantz is going to win that one. That's Jada Krantz. Tried to get to Lloyd. She can't get her stick down in time. As Huron dumps it all the way down just near the red line. Could have been an icing. Probably not. Play continues in Huron's offensive zone as it comes out. And Huron's going to control this puck with their defensive men. That's Tim and Carrillo. And Janelle Lloyd's going to pick it up at the blue line and take it into the offensive zone. Turned up towards the blue line. She's still got the puck, and on top of the circle, she's going to take a shot. It looked like it maybe went off the post. Looking for a rebound. She whiffs on a rebound. There's a shot up and over the top by Kranz. Had a pretty good look at it, and there's a body going down in back of the net, by the back of the All-Star net. Riley Redland right in front of her own bench, chips it over to Meg Zundy. Meg dives on her belly, try to control the puck. Meg has 2 goals tonight, and there's Lloyd going to fire one off of a pad, and that one goes over to Randall, and she can't get it in. Looks like a few little tired legs out here, I believe. We'll see on Huron. They're typically pretty well conditioned as Small takes a shot. She was one-on-one with the goalie, and Melville brings it back into the zone. Hard hit over there by Devin Hunter. Melville hits pretty hard. She's going to get up. Devin Hunter controls the puck, scoots it all the way up, and it's going to be on net to Burnell. And Burnell is going to throw it back out to the wrong team there. Whoa, that's a little scary. That was given to Juliana Gothel, and she had a shot. Burnell would like to have that pass back. Sometimes you just don't know where to shoot it out. Those goalies. Devin Hunter holds the puck in for the Huron All-Stars. At the far blue line, now she chips it back. And Scott's going to get it over there, and we're going to have a cross check. At 3:57, we are going to get our second penalty of the period. And that is Kayla Randall. She tries to get in the box and went right past the door. So Randall, and it's going to be a 2 minutes for cross-checking. It's at the 3:57 mark. So we're going to have a Pelican Power Sports, I should be able to say that, shouldn't I, Jenny? Pelican Power Sports power play for the Huron All-Stars. They're going to face off in their offensive circle, and Devin Hunter holds it in with her hand. Carries it down deep into the corner, and Huron is going to set up their power play, starting with Devin Hunter circling all the way around. Now she's going to take a shot from just inside there, looking for a rebound. Huron can't get it. It's going to go back the other way. Harper Hendricks. Held in the zone by Devin Hunter. Devin Hunter covered a lot of ground to keep that one in the zone.
She's really good with controlling that puck.
She's so good when she gets the puck on her stick and can get to most pucks. And there's Small back to Hunter, Hunter back to Small on this Pelican Power Sports power play. Here's Devin. She's going to fire it from out there. A little slap shot. Didn't quite get there. That was Kranz. Another girl that can play pretty well with her stick is Jada Kranz. Pretty steady defensive man, and now she's going to chip that thing all the way back down. We're getting down to about a minute of this power play for the Huron All-Stars. Pressure by Janelle Lloyd as Devin Hunter picks up behind her own goalie. Devin Hunter's going to skate it out. That's the other thing she does is she carries the puck pretty well. She's 1-on-2. Just like that, takes a shot, and Burnell is right there with a pad save to knock that off. 46 seconds in this power play for Huron. Held in the zone, and Devin Hunter has it high between the circles, and that's going to get a stick save. That's a handle stick save by Burnell. And this one's going to go all the way back down, and 31 seconds left. Huron All-Stars are going to have to regroup as they bring it up out of their zone. This one goes all the way down. It's not going to be an icing. And behind the net is Scott. Doing a nice job. The Watertown Lakers firing that thing all the way down to the other end of the ice to burn up this power play for the Huron All-Stars, and that's going to do it. There's 7 seconds left in this one. They're not going to have time. Looking for a shorthand goal is Zundy, and she's got a hat trick. Meg Zundy, 2 seconds left in that power play for the Huron All-Stars, and Meg gets another one, and that's going to be unassisted. At 1:59 in the second period, Meg Zundy gets her hat trick goal. If I didn't like this hat so much, I'd throw it on the ice. Meg Zundy, I think, scored 2 last year. Scored 3 already this game. Meg Zundy's come a long ways with her stick, and she's finding the net tonight. We're full strength. Full strength hockey, 5-on-5 hockey. 7-2 of the Watertown Lakers. They've had a fantastic second period here. Janelle Lloyd's going to take a slap shot and miss the net. Pretty hard shot if it was accurate on that one. And Cran's going to hold it in. Now she can't quite hold it in. Here come the Huron All-Stars. Devin Hunter. A little pressure being applied there by Melville. Now she's going to break it out. Held in over here by Huron with a shot. That's Carrillo. And here comes Kranz. Jada Kranz coming in Just 2-on-2 for the Watertown Lakers. She's going to carry it into the near corner, going to carry it around the back of the net, looking for the wraparound and centering pass. Janelle Lloyd can't find that one on her stick, and here comes Jada. Jada's going to shoot that one, and she scores. Jada Kranz picks up a long rebound pass. I think it was a pass, it was a rebound. And Jada Kranz finds it on her stick with 1:06. And the Watertown Lakers, as they say, are pouring it on right now, making this thing 8-2 against the Huron All-Stars. 16 shots. The shots on goal are not like the score. 16-13, Watertown Lakers with shots. As a face-off at center ice is controlled by the All-Stars into their offensive zone, and that's held in. We're going to see who got that one. Melville with the assist.
Jim, does she have 3 assists? Is that a playmaker for Melville?
I think she might. Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So there's a playmaker for her. Some of these Watertown Lakers getting it done. As Janelle Lloyd goes down right in front of us on the red line. Kylie Smalls fighting there. And we have, for the Watertown Lakers, I'm going to find my sheet here. We have a couple new players. We have Ayan Deng playing. She's a new skater. She's number 22. As Kylie Small carries it into the zone, and she gets a shot right off Brunel's chest. Picked up on the rebound here is by Janelle Lloyd. Janelle's going to chip it along the boards and all the way down to the far end where Devin Hunter's going to find it on her stick. Janelle Lloyd's going to give chase, and that's going to end the period. And Devin and Janelle may have said a couple words there. They know each other. So that's going to end this period. The Watertown Lakers having a huge second period, and it started early in that period at the 13:40 mark. They get on the board coming out where Meg Zundy is going to have her goal, and that would have been her second goal of the game, assisted by Randall. I don't know if I got all the assists, but I bet I got all the goals right. 13-17, the Lakers score again. Riley Redland found a puck just inside the blue line and made a great shot to the back of the net. 11:32, the Lakers score again with Jada Kranz, and that was Melville. And I can't read my writing for the other assist, but that was Melville on the assist. At 1:59, the Lakers strike again, and that was Meg Zundy. Meg Zundy at that point had a hat trick, and that was if I remember right, an unassisted goal. That's the way I have it anyway. And at 1:06, just a few seconds later, the Lakers score again. Jada Kranz from Melville. So the Lakers score 5 unanswered goals in the second period, making this thing 8-2. 16 shots on goal for the Lakers, 14 shots on goal for the Huron All-Stars. And what a period that was.
Yeah, great period for the Lakers.
Yeah, the Lakers just poured it on that time. And some of the people that getting goals, it's nice to see Meg Zundy with some goals. Harper Hendricks had one, Rachel Scott had one, and so the Lakers are really spreading the wealth. There's probably about 6 or 7 different players for the Watertown Lakers. And Coach Kranz, you gotta love that when all these girls, sometimes the ones that normally are scoring the goals aren't scoring the goals. Of course, Jada Kranz is, and she does score goals, but to see some of these young players score goals, just got to, as a coach with a young team, it's got to be really make him happy, and I'm sure that mood in the locker room right now is pretty light.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, as our referees go to the warming room, and they take a little break. We are not going to take a break, however, and hockey does not take a break. I have, Jenny, the MIAC Conference. Are you familiar with the MIAC Conference? It's a Minnesota Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. Now that is a girls' conference in the Minnesota, and I'm going to bring this up to you because we have some players, one player from the Watertown Lakers, and we have a couple players from Aberdeen that play. Anyway, there's some South Dakota girls that play in this conference, and we're going to, it's teams like Gustavus, Hamline, St. Benedict, St. Olaf, St. Catherine's, Augsburg, St. Mary's, St. Scholastica, Bethel and Concordia College of Moorhead. That is a conference that exists for girls hockey, college hockey. It's Division III NCAA hockey, and a lot of those teams are looking towards South Dakota girls hockey to recruit girls to play in that conference, and it's a great girls conference.
Well, and our very own Jacqueline Lloyd
Yes.
is obviously playing in Concordia.
She's playing for Concordia and having a great time with it. And they're at the point where they have a real young team too, and they're trying to figure out how to win. Really competitive. I've been to several of those games this year. You want to see good hockey? It's really good Minnesota girls hockey. And the players that are in that conference would surprise you if you were to go see them. You would never guess that, number one, it was girls hockey, and number two, the skill level is unreal. So if you want to watch some girls college hockey, though a lot of those teams are in the cities area, Moorhead, Minnesota, and so forth, so check out that conference. It's the MIAC conference.
All right.
So just to promote that a little bit, I know the coach from Concordia is looking at South Dakota girls hockey. She never knew it existed.
Yeah.
And she does now, and I think there's going to be some girls within the next few years that are going to come out of this South Dakota girls hockey.
Well, and that's great. I know that last year, 5 or 6 girls from our Team South Dakota teams, one of them, obviously, Jacqueline,
Yeah.
who went to Concordia. Then we had a few girls that went to Jamestown.
Yes.
So we had Kelsey Amick,
Yep.
and we had Ashton Lee,
Yep.
and Gabby
the
Schroeder.
Yep, from Sioux Falls.
Yep. And so we had 5 or 6 girls
Yeah,
going
last
to
year
college
was
hockey.
a big class of girls going on to play hockey. And yes, as girls hockey goes, yes, you can play college hockey.
Absolutely, and if you want to play college hockey, honestly, you have a better chance of doing it as a female athlete than
Yeah.
you do as a male athlete coming from South Dakota.
Yeah, you do. And what you find out in the Division III NCAA, which is a great conference, there's no such thing as Division II girls hockey. It doesn't exist. So there's Division I girls hockey and there's Division III girls hockey. And a lot of this MIAC conference are the girls that don't go on to play Division I hockey or can't quite play Division I hockey, but really good hockey players. So yeah, I'm excited to see what happens with that conference in South Dakota hockey. 10 years ago, who would have ever thought somebody from South Dakota girls hockey could ever play college hockey? That says a lot for girls hockey in South Dakota.
It does, and we have a lot of great seniors again this year, and so
Yeah.
I know that we'll send a few more players on to college hockey. From Huron, Devin and Kylie, who we've been talking about a
Yep.
lot, they're both seniors this year.
Yeah,
So both
it'll be
of
interesting
them,
if now Devin Hunter is also rodeos, and
She
from
does
what I
rodeo.
understand, she's pretty good at it, and she balances hockey and rodeo kind of equally, and it's kind of neat to see some of those girls that can excel at one sport. They also do something else.
Absolutely. And we have a lot. I'm going to use Gabby Schroeder as an example. Last year, she played a lot of softball. She
Yes.
was really into big in softball. And then we have some girls that are pretty big into volleyball.
Yep.
And so there's a lot of them, that are multi-sport athletes and do a great job.
Talk a little bit about from the South Dakota Amateur Hockey Association. Jenny, you're also the executive director there. Talk a little bit about girls hockey and some of the conversations that have come up at the board level in South Dakota hockey. Well, there's been a talk about girls hockey for a long time.
There's been talks about girls hockey for a long time, and right now, hockey in South Dakota, our biggest room for growth is in girls hockey. And it's the biggest room in growth, I think, for every one of our 11 hockey associations. All of them can use more girls. There's a lot of girls out there. And so we would love to have girls 14U teams, girls JV teams, and girls varsity teams in all 11 of our hockey associations. Our girls JV division, we have not had for the last few years just because of our numbers. We've had a lot of associations who've had girls varsity and girls 14, but they just don't have enough numbers to field that third team. So this year, we actually are doing girls JV games. We're not having an official league or a state tournament, but we do have 5 of our associations that have put together some girls JV teams, because there's some girls, that are that 14, 15, 16. Like Kurt said earlier, he has, other than Janelle and Jada, most of the girls on his team have played hockey for 3 years or less.
Yeah.
And so in the girls program, they do sign up a little bit later. There's girls that start girls hockey when they're 15 and 16 years old. And so, we need a place for those girls to be able to play. And so we are doing girls JV non-league games this year. You'll see those played after the varsity games, so the teams can, get their 14 girls games done and their varsity games done, and then play and get some more extra development for those players.
And again, those are for the girls that age out of U14 and maybe don't play a lot at the varsity level.
Yes.
Or maybe they do play a lot at the varsity level.
It's basically it's for those top girls on the 14U that maybe need a little bit a little bit more of a challenge.
So
there
are U14 girls playing in the JV league.
Yep, there are.
Yes.
And then those girls that are on the varsity roster because they have to be because of their age, but they maybe need a little bit of development, a little bit of work. Maybe they're brand new. Maybe they're just starting out that year, and varsity is not going to be a place where they're going to get a whole lot of playing time, so they can play the JV games and see that extra development.
It's developmental. We need to develop those girls so they can take that next step. If we don't play them or play them very little at the 14 level, and they can't quite compete at the varsity level as well, they have to have a place to play and develop.
Right, and the boys. At boys, all of our associations, for the most part, other than Huron and Sioux Center this year, they all have boys JV.
Right.
So there's a place for them, and there has always been a place for them. At girls, we've just struggled, with the numbers to be able to do that. And we're getting to the point where we're getting closer. That hopefully maybe next year we'll have enough that we can actually have a league, and those girls can have a state tournament and things like that at the JV level again.
What I've noticed over the years watching my girls come up all the way through, how many years ago, maybe even 10 years ago or whatever it was when my girls started, I see the quality of players in the girls' side is so much better than it used to be. There used to be maybe 5 girls in the state of South Dakota that were pretty good skaters, pretty good puck handlers. Now they're all over.
I'm going to personally go out on a limb here and say I attribute that a little bit to the coaches.
Yeah.
We have some really, really great coaches in all of South Dakota, but we have some girls coaches in particular, and they love coaching girls. It's their jam. It's totally their thing, and they're looking out for these girls. They're trying to find a place for them to play, a place where they can develop, where they fit in. And they're always looking to help them to be able to get to that next level. And if college hockey is their dream, that's why we had 5 or 6 girls last year that were able to get to college hockey, because these coaches made sure to put them in the right spots at the right time in front of the right people to be able to have them realize that dream. And I think that, we have a lot of people in South Dakota amateur hockey really invested in our girls and growing our program and also giving them that chance.
There's
a
large group of people in the state that really don't do anything with the boys program.
No.
They're girls,
absolutely,
coaches, girls assistants, or whatever they are, but it's girls hockey.
Yep. And we have on Team South Dakota, those are the coaches obviously I know the best. So we have a group of coaches from Sioux Falls, Mitchell and Brookings, kind of are where a lot of our girls coaches come from, and some of them have coached on the boys' side and the girls' side, but they're really, really vested in these girls, and they want to see them succeed, and they want to do all the right things for that program. And I think that's what's kind of leading the charge. And, when you have people in your association that are recruiting, to new girls, and the nice thing about girls hockey is, everybody should play hockey because they love hockey, right?
Yep.
And on the boys' side, I think, that's probably the biggest thing. They see it and they love it and they want to play. I really think at girls hockey, they want to play hockey because their friends play hockey.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
It's girls bring girls to hockey. And, so there's a lot of people that I've heard. Jill Bush, I heard the story about how one day she was at a sleepover of one of her friends, and her friend had hockey practice on the weekend, and so she had to come with. And she got to hockey practice, and she's like, "Well, I might as well just go out there and and skate since I'm at hockey practice." And she became a hockey player, and she graduated, from Watertown hockey
played for a long time with the Watertown Lakers.
It's great. I think the girls are the best recruiters for the girls program. They recruit each other.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I remember years ago, my wife worked on recruiting girls quite often when she worked in a grade school, and she told all the girls in the school that they can play hockey, and she said 90% of those girls said, I can? They don't even know they can play hockey. And yeah, how do you get those girls? Girls got to talk to girls.
Yep, girls have to
That's
talk
how
to
you get
girls.
'em.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bring it. And open skate's a good thing. You know, you bring them to open skate,
Yep.
and then they're like, well, what are these white skates? Why should I just not play with those hockey skates? And
Yep.
they put the hockey skates on.
Yep. And then once the pads are on, once the skates are on, a few practices, maybe a couple games under their belt, and then you got them.
I don't know. I think if you put the pads on one time, you're in. and all these parents out here that are hesitant for their
Yep.
kids to be hockey players, one time. Come to a game one time.
Yep.
My husband, 15, however many years ago it's been longer than that, probably almost 20 years ago since we had our first hockey player. His response was, well, you can take him to hockey, I'll pay for it, but I'm not going to go. And now look, we're going to have grandkids in hockey pretty soon.
Oh, isn't that something? Yeah, you have that new grandkid.
Yeah, coming up next year.
Oh, that's going to be big. Does he have skates yet? He or she?
Not yet, because, you know, my kids were kind of particular about their skates, and by the time, you know, probably about 2 years before we can put skates on a baby, right? So I think that there might be a new model. So I'll
bet when that grandchild is old enough to skate, they're going to have new sticks.
I already told my children that I would pay for their kids to play hockey from start to finish.
That's a joke with Jenny, because Jenny has probably bought more hockey sticks in the Watertown Lakers Association than anybody in town.
I don't know about that, but we've already broke one this year. So.
Yeah. All right, we are about a minute away, or less than a minute away from getting this thing underway, and Lucas Deutsch is back. How were the Christmas lights, Lucas?
They were good. They were really good. It was a nice night out there.
And the Christmas parade, just for future reference, takes one period.
It does. One
Takes one period.
and an intermission.
Yep. And we faced off here, and we're already going to have a trip, and that's Janelle Lloyd. I don't know why she looked up here when she had that.
Dad.
Yeah. So, Lucas, when you were away, the Lakers went on a rampage in the second period, scoring 5 unanswered goals.
I see that. The scoreboard looks a lot
spreading
different.
the wealth. Everybody is getting in the scoring category as this faceoff goes to Devin Hunter as they start their Pelican Power Sports power play on our right-hand side, and Devin Hunter skates around unattested.
Unattested. That's okay, though. She can skate out there.
Yep. They're going to let it go. And now she's going to fire it at Burnell. Burnell just kicks that one away, and another pad save by Burnell. Huron kind of burning up their own time on their power play there, I think.
They are.
As this one gets kicked out as Harper Hendricks chases that one down and gets a whiff pass, going to pass it into Melville. She can't get it on her stick. Now she kicks it out to Scott. Scott can't quite get it on her stick, and this one's going to go the other way. Kylie Small with Crayons chasing, doing a nice job playing defense as Jada Crayons. Huron's going to have to regroup. They got 53 seconds left as the pass goes to Devin Hunter as she's laying on the ice and cannot pick it up. Now she stands up and picks it up. She has one of her teammates in the zone. She's going to wait and going to fire it at the goal. And Burnell kicks it off to the side where Crayon's going to pick it up. Huron not able to set up their power play here. And now that's Kylie Small going to eye that one up. Can't quite get it to the net. Excuse me, that was Tim, Shelby Tim. Picked up here by Huron. Going to fire it at the net, and that one's upended as Burnell sticks it out of the way. 17 seconds left in this Pelican Power Sports power play for Huron All-Stars. And there's going to be a shot just wide of the net, goes down into the corner. And that's Devin Hunter. Finds resistance there by Scott. And that's going to do it for the power play with 2 seconds left. Devin Hunter kicks it over to Small, and Small scores it right when our player was coming out of the bench. And that is Kylie Small from Hunter. That's a really nice shot by.
That was a good look from Hunter up to Small out there. That was a great shot.
Well, we knew those two would be a factor in this one somewhere along the line. And it's the two girls that have it on their stick, more probably than anybody else.
There are a couple good players out there. It's fun to watch these two.
Yeah, Huron has two of those really good players, and they pretty much do that. And Jenny found a heater up here. I don't know where that came from. Maybe she brought it. Maybe she got it out of her car. We faced off now. It's going to be controlled by Huron. And Huron's going to take it back and back of Burnell. And Riley Redland's going to try to chip it out of the zone and can't quite do it. Picked over there by Devin Hunter. Devin Hunter's going to skate it in. Meets resistance there by the Watertown Lakers. That was Scott. Scott's going to pick it up now and going to try to chip it up to a Watertown Laker player. I said that player earlier.
Ian Dang.
Ian Dang. She's been in here twice already tonight. Nice to see her out there. She wears number 22, first year skater, I believe, right?
Second year.
Second year skater.
She didn't play a whole lot last year. She was brand new.
Good. And Janelle Lloyd's going to bring it up through the zone, and she's going to get it over to Harper Hendricks, who's going to dump it deep down into the zone. Picked up over there by Shelby Tim. Krantz going to hold it in, fire a shot just off the side of the goalie, and I don't know how they missed that one. That was Janelle Lloyd with the backhand, and now we're going to get a score.
Ian Dang.
That is Ian Dang, number 22, and we know for a fact that that's her first goal.
Absolutely.
Everybody's getting into it here with 13:04 left. And then we are in run time. I just noticed that. And that is a great goal for her. Good for her. She picks up a rebound goal. And I got a feeling probably Janelle's going to have an assist on that one. And you got to like that when those players, they sign up late and they have a spot to play for the Watertown Lakers, and she gets her first goal of her career. What a great goal that was. Couple first goal pucks given out tonight.
Yeah, that's great to see. You know, so girls like Ian, we had a big group of girls that started with us last year, and they're doing a great job being in their second season.
Huron controls this puck. Going to try to get it out of their zone. And the neutral zone picked up here by Janelle Lloyd. Janelle Lloyd's going to take it right straight up the center of the ice. She's going to be 1-on-2. Fires it into the goal, and that one gets upended. Harper Hendricks trying to get a hold of it, and Dang had it on her stick for a second. And Devin Hunter going to pick it up behind her own goal. And she's going to skate it out through the neutral zone, cross the red line and into the zone. And she's going to look at firing it. She does fire it into the goal, Devin Hunter. 11:49, running out of room on this page. A lot of scoring lately. And that's going to be unassisted.
Definitely unassisted goal there. Again, same shot as she had earlier from that left circle across Angelin's chest. It's a tough save to make.
So it's turned into a scoring fest here thus far. 3 goals already at the 11:31 mark. 3 goals scored, 2 by the Huron All-Stars and 1 by the Lakers as we face off. And this is Kylie Small going to bring it down to the far end and get it in the zone here, and firing that one out is Zunde. Zunde has a hat trick tonight. Brought into the zone here by Small. Small's going to fire it at the net, and Burnell with a pad save. Into the near corner, we have a couple players down. Huron's going to look out to Devin Hunter at the top of the circle. She can't quite get a stick on that one. And now it does come out of the zone, chased there by Scott. Devin Hunter reverses fields and taps it up to a teammate. And they're going to stick it back into the zone. That's a Rashad. Huron doing a nice job controlling the puck here at 10:41 in this third period. 9-4, the Watertown Lakers lead. But something tells me that might not be enough lead. This thing could get interesting.
Huron's got it going on right now. They're moving the puck well.
It almost looked like, if I dare say, the Lakers are maybe a step behind here, Lucas.
I agree. I think they're kind of sitting back maybe a little bit. I'm sure Coach Kranz has a lot to say about that on the bench down there.
It looks like a Huron power play here almost. It's 5-on-5 hockey. Small holds it in as she goes down off her skates and taps it in. They're going to have to check up on offsides on this one. And here comes Rachel Scott going to bring it out. She's got a little help from her teammates. Going to chip it over now, and this is Randall. Randall's going to take it in. Nice looking shot there from Randall. Doesn't quite make it to the net. Melville's got it in the far corner. Going to look out to a teammate. And this is Riley Redland at the blue line. Redland's going to fire it in. Doesn't quite get there. And Huron's going to come the other way. This is Kylie Small. Redland making a nice defensive chip. Small gets it back. Can't quite find it. Now she decides she's just going to dump it down deep into the zone where Rachel Scott's going to go down and find it for the Watertown Lakers. Going to take it behind her own goalie. Chip it out to the corner. Redland gets a piece of it. As a Huron player goes down on the far boards, and Redland finds it on her stick and to get it up to Randall. I'm sorry, that's Harper Hendricks. And Janelle Lloyd's tried to get it in the zone, can't quite do it. And Kylie Small's going to grab it in her defensive zone, try to chip it out, can't quite do it. There's Hendricks over to Janelle Lloyd, can't find it on her stick, and Redland holds it in on a backhand. Through the neutral zone, and Krantz going to break that one up. Could have been a break there for Rashad. And Krantz plays some pretty nice defense. And here comes Krantz trying to take it through by herself. Harper holds it down deep, and she's going to take it around the back of the Huron All-Stars goalie, where it's controlled here by Krantz in the far corner. She's going to fire it to the center. Nobody can get their hand on it or stick on it. That was Jada Jenkins that was pretty close to that one. As Scott holds it in nicely, gets it in between the circles, and Harper shoots it up and over the top of the goalie. Lakers spending a little time in the offensive zone here. As Harper Hendricks passes it over to Janelle Lloyd, who skates wide. Devin Hunter steals the puck for her in the corner. And this thing comes out into neutral ice. This is Rashad. Dumps it down deep, and she's going to go get a break. Lucas, we talked a little earlier when they shift change, they just do one at a time.
One at a time.
One at a time.
They know what they're doing that way. It's smart. Take the right amount of time.
It's always nice to have the Huron All-Stars in town. And we're going to see the boys varsity Huron All-Stars against the Watertown Lakers. That one's going to be brought to you on 1480 KSDR. Just momentarily after this one is over, we're going to take a little break, and we're going to come back and we're going to have boys action. Kylie Small brings it up through the red line, up to a teammate. And it looks like Gothel. She's going to fire it at Brunel off the pads. The Lakers going to break this one out all the way across the ice. Nice pass there by Scott. That's going to go all the way up to Harper Hendricks, the 8th grader. She's going to get on her forehand and gets upended. She had a nice looking play there, and Janelle Lloyd tried to get it to the net. She can't get it there. Here comes Zundy looking for her 4th goal. Holy cow, it almost made it. Zundy is just shooting the puck tonight at the net. She already has a hat trick. I'm about positive she had 2 goals last year.
I don't know. I think that is a record for her, definitely.
And we've had a goalie change. Thank you, Jenny. That's going to be Kira Reppy. How old is Kira Reppy?
Kira Reppy is 14.
14 years old in the goal. As Brunel comes out, probably a good time to get that. And she comes in at the 6:38 mark. And we have a scrum in front of the net. Talking about the new goalie, and we missed the hockey game as Colin makes a save down there. And we're going to face off to her right-hand side. Melville and Small are going to face off. Riddle's Jewelry puck drop. And that's controlled by Huron as they kick it all the way down to the other end. Reppy, do you think she's a little nervous, Lucas?
She's a pretty confident girl, but I'm sure she is in her first varsity game.
That's great.
That's
great to see these young players. Right behind Reppy right now. And here's Zundy's going to bring it back behind her own goalie and going to chip it out on the board. Just 2 players go down hard in the near far boards. And Zundy hit pretty hard there. They're getting up slow, but it does look like they're going to get up as a referee makes sure everything's okay. Krantz comes up through the neutral zone past the red line. Everybody's holding the zone, and Krantz going to get it to her forehand and take a shot. That one doesn't go. Colin doing a nice job here in this 3rd period. 5:15 left in this game. Watertown Lakers in control, 9-4. As the puck is trapped over on the far corner. And a little help there. Everybody's leaning on the puck. The puck's not moving. It hasn't moved in a while. Now it has. And Melville backs it out of there over to Redland over the far side. Redland's going to take a shot just wide of the goal. Good looking shot. Riley Redland can put a little smoke on that puck from the blue line, and she scored on that once already tonight. As Kylie Small brings it up through the neutral zone, Lakers are going to get a change. Kylie Small on the forehand, and she takes a shot over the top of Kira Reppy, and the first shot that Kira Reppy takes, and there it is, Kira. It's a Huron goal.
was a tough shot.
Welcome to varsity hockey.
Yeah, welcome to varsity. That's a tough shot, actually. A lot of movement there. She changed the angle of the puck on her, and she had a good shot off on her. It was a really good shot upstairs, glove side.
Yep. And that's the way you become a varsity goalie. You take that first one over the top of your
You're going to get scored on as a goalie. If you're worried about that, you probably shouldn't be there. But
Yep.
Kira's got thick skin. She'll be just fine.
Yep. Harper Hendricks takes it around deep in the corner and pitches it out with a great pass out to Janelle Lloyd, and a slap shot. Can't quite get there. Colin with a nice save. Held in over on the far side by Redland. And Dang chases that one. She's back in. She wears number 22. Janelle Lloyd catches it at the red line. She's going to regroup. We're going to pitch it over to Scott. Scott's going to get it at the red line. They're 2-on-2. It's Harper and Scott. Scott over to Harper. Harper backhands it into Scott. That pass goes behind the net. Scott still got control. Looking for a centering pass to Harper and can't quite get there. Those two worked pretty good together on that time. And here comes Devin Hunter. Devin Hunter going to fire it right. There you go. Carrie Reppy's got the first one to her chest. And she just took her first two varsity goals from two of the better players in the state.
She did. First two
Small and
shots.
Hunter.
That's great. She handled that one with ease.
She got one of them. Kira Reppy, 14 years old. She got put in today in this period at 6:38. Kurt Kranz trying to get everybody involved, which is a good thing to do early in the year. The first home game of the year or second game of the year. And here comes Randall. And she gets sandwiched between two Huron players. And up the ice, that's got to be Kylie Small. She's doing it all by herself. And Krantz does a nice job of playing defense. That's Jada Krantz. She's played a lot of defense in her days. Plays South Dakota hockey. Plays for the Lakers. She had sisters that played for the Lakers. And she's turned into a really nice defensive man. And we're going to get a penalty there by Randall. And Lucas, did you see that one?
I did. That one was a little bit maybe not called for. Must have been a few words exchanged there, and we had a good slash of the shin pads on that one. I'm sure Coach Kranz won't be very happy about that one.
That was maybe what you called you losing your cool a little bit, kind of a slash.
Little bit of lost your cool, yeah.
So Kayla Randall's going to get 2 minutes to think about that one as the Huron goes on a power play at 9-5. Watertown Lakers in control so far, but don't put it past Huron as they shoot it just inside the blue line, and this one's going to come all the way back down for the Huron All-Stars, and they're going to have to regroup. And it's going to be Shelby Tim. Devin Hunter trying to get her stick on it. And this is Rashad. She can't quite find it, and Melville is going to pitch it all the way across. Look out, Devin Hunter's real close to that one, and now they're going to get it up into the neutral zone. And Rashad's going to get this one right in front of us and chip it down deep. Huron trying to get on the Pelican Power Sports power play, trying to get organized here. As this one comes out of the zone. And Huron's going to pick that one up. It's Shelby Tim behind her own goalie. Little pressure by Janelle Lloyd, and here comes Rashad trying to get it up. And Harper Hendricks takes that one in all by herself. She's 1-on-3, going to get to her forehand. Can't quite get the stick on it. She had a pretty good look if she could find it on her stick. And Devin Hunter is slowed down there right in front of us by Janelle Lloyd, as Huron has yet to get organized on this power play. Kylie Small's going to give it a try. She's 1-on-4. Going to get to her forehand, and a good shot and a good save by Reppy. Another really good shot by Kylie Small.
Reppy saw that one all the way. She tracked that in well. Looked good.
Yep. Watertown Lakers not giving a whole lot of help on that one. Kylie Small just kind of walked in on her forehand and fired it.
Yes, she did. Kind of sitting back a little bit defensively. It's probably not the right thing to do on a penalty kill with 1:52 left in the third here.
48 seconds left on this Pelican Power Sports power play, and this is going to get fired. A nice stop right there in a 5-hole for Reppy. And Huron is now organized, and they're going to take another shot just inside the blue line, wide of the net. And there's a centering pass, is held in there. Oh, not held in, lost the skate edge, and Janelle is going to try to capitalize on this one. Watertown Lakers, she's going to get to her forehand. She's going to fire it right at the head of the Huron All-Star goalie and up and over the top. And Huron's going to try to break it out. 14 seconds left in their power play. And this one goes down as I believe it's Kylie Small. Going to look for another one. Going to fling it around. She's got another shot. Her rebound comes back out. She's going to fire another one. And that one does get by. That's Kylie Small fired it in there. And I believe it was probably an assist by Kylie Small. My sheet needs to be bigger for this one. A lot of scoring in this game. And that's going to be Small, I know, as an assist.
Couldn't
for sure.
tell who banged it in over there on that side either.
Somebody did. We'll find out. As we face off. And Rashad gets that one. Rashad was on the back door. We faced off, and what were we, offsides?
Yep,
I was-
offsides.
I was looking
The
down
players
when I
fell
should-
down and slid in.
Looking down when I should have looked up. Missed part of that play as they faced off. Mackenzie Kranz coaching against her dad.
I like it.
In this
I
one.
like it.
I don't know if any shenanigans were going to be played there, but I think they might have had a surprise for her somewhere along the line. As the Huron All-Stars, this is Rashad going to take a shot wide of the net off the face-off. They faced off outside the zone. And coming up the far side is Randall. She's rested. She had a 2-minute period penalty. And Huron fires it in. It can't quite get to the net. Chasing over on the far side is Gothel. Now it comes out of the zone. And now it's tapped back in, and Huron has to check up as Rachel Scott goes back and finds it in the back of her net, and she's going to skate that one up with her feet. She's going to look over there in a collision, and a stick goes flying. 2 sticks go flying. I don't know if they picked up the right sticks or not, but they each have sticks. That's the Huron All-Stars. And here comes Melville. Melville's going to carry it in, going to shoot it from off the side. Pretty nice shot.
Great shot.
Pad save by Colin, and a pass going into the center, doesn't make it. And the Watertown Lakers get away with this one, 9-6. Look at the shots on goal.
It's interesting. 28 for Huron, 23 for Watertown.
Shots on goal have been in the favor slightly of Watertown, but in this third period, Huron came out and shot the puck. As the two teams shake hands, I got to make sense of my chicken scratching here at 14:36 in this third period. Huron opened up with a goal from Small from Hunter, and at 13:04 the Lakers came back with Dang. I'm sorry, her first name is Ian Dang. Sorry, I didn't get that one. Ian Dang gets her first goal of her career, an assist from Lloyd. At 11:49, Huron scores again with Devin Hunter unassisted, and 4:38 Huron scores again from Kylie Small. I don't know what that one was. It had to be somewhere around that 2-minute mark. Huron scored, and that was Rashad from Small. So Huron making a pretty good run at that thing and actually took over on the shots on goal. Have to hand it to that Huron team. They bring, 8 skaters today and had a lot left in the tank in the third period.
They did. They came out fighting there in that third period. They knew what they were here for.
And Coach Krantz is going to come up for our Coach's Corner, sponsored by Deutsch Excavating. And Coach Krantz put the headset on there. Not too bad, huh?
Yeah, not too bad. Definitely tell that they got a young team. Playing 3 periods is difficult.
We were just talking about that. Huron came with 8 skaters and gave you guys a run in the third period.
Yeah, I don't. We just got to work on that, getting 3 periods, consistent play. You know, we got it at times, and at times we don't. But that's a young team. Just got to work on that.
What about your young players? Wow, you had some young players. A lot of players scored their first goals.
Yes,
first varsity goals.
Harper Hendricks, one of our girls that we moved up from U14 this year, scored her first goal, and then we had Ian.
Dang, yep.
Scored her first goal. She moved up this year from U14, so it's good to see that they're, Ian, we worked hard on her, getting her crashed in net, understanding what to do, and getting it, and been working really hard on Harper. I can really see in the future. I mean, Harper's going to be the future of the Lakers here coming up as these girls graduate. And she's really, really young. I think she's a 7th grader, and see a lot of potential in her. So
you have another player that hasn't played very long, Meg Zundy.
Yes.
She hasn't played very long. She came up with a hat trick tonight.
Yes, and this is actually her 3rd year playing.
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
Yep, and for her defense, she played 1 year U14 and then had to move age right up to varsity. So
Yeah.
she really hasn't gotten any like younger groups experience. But yes, we've been working really hard on her shots. She has a very, very good shot.
She's strong.
But she needs that 5-second time to get that shot off. So we've been working really hard on getting that off quickly and scoring goals. And that's something that this team's always struggled with is the actual scoring the goals. So I was happy to see the score actually get up to 9.
Yeah.
Even though we allowed them to come back, and get back into the game a little tighter than I would like. But it was definitely like to see the scores and the puck movement. We set up some plays and set up some offense on them. So that was definitely nice to see. Now it's just doing it time in, time out.
Yeah, and you at 6:38, you made a goalie change and put the young goalie in for a little bit of varsity.
Yeah, well, that wasn't all just a little bit of varsity, but yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, well, that's great, though, in some games like this, that you can put your young goalie in and say, hey, go at it.
Most definitely, you got to get them time. Really like in the years past, we never had a JV. This year we got a few JV games for to see. Otherwise, it's a big jump from U14 to.
She didn't time that first goal, but she timed the rest of them.
Yep, that's right. and it's the shot's a big jump too. I mean, you take a shot from a U14 player to a shot to a senior. It's like Kylie Small, who can place it in that small box.
Yep.
Devin Hunter. It's definitely something that they got to get used to, and you got to get used to in a hurry.
Well, I think if nothing else, this is a good game because everybody got involved, and it's a good momentum swing right now for everybody because everybody on your team right now knows that they can play.
Yes, most definitely. That was something that we were really working hard on the last couple of weeks is getting everybody involved, getting on, moving the puck around and trying to get the strength players, like Meg's got a great shot, but maybe not as good at hands.
Yep.
Where some of the other players have a little bit better hands and not a great shot. So maneuvering them around, getting them in the spot to get that and work together and get that offensive play to work.
Well, congratulations on the home opener.
Thank you.
You got that one underway.
Yeah.
That's how you go undefeated at home. You got to win the first one.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
So,
now, if it snows tomorrow, we're still undefeated the whole
that's
weekend.
That's right. Kurt Kranz, that's a great win tonight. Thank you for coming up. We appreciate to have you up here. Coach's Corner, brought to you by Deutsch Excavating. And Jenny, are we going to take a break before we go to the boys? Are we going to shut down the live stream? And we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back for boys action. Huron All-Star boys are in town, and we're going to do this all over again at the boys level. So we are going to sign off. Find us again, AM 1480 KSDR, GoWatertown.net. We're going to be doing the same thing in soon. We'll come back probably in 5 or 10 minutes. Correct? We're going to try to get Coach Devin up here, so we're going to have to be on the air soon. All right, we're going to sign off. Stay with us. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Thank you.